you hear about that brand new thing? Everyone is already complaining. Hop in the chat, give us a shout. Wait till you see what Digger and Johnny are talking about. It's game over with Johnny and the Canuck. Laughing at a world that sorta sucks, so just forget the plan. It's game over, man. So sit in the chat, let's have a laugh. Hours planned are 3.5. Digger squirrels driving Johnny mad, reading chat backwards, making people laugh. Hey, who's yowling in the back? It's Al unloading on a dog's back. It's game over with Johnny and the Canuck. Laughing at a world that sorta sucks, so just forget the plan. It's game over, man.
Oh, I am out of sorts. I forgot to get all my chats up and put all the messages out to pin them at the top. I don't like to spam the chats. I like to have them pinned before we start the show for people who joined. Satan's Mechanic already in over on the Rumble. Thank you very much. First in the door. Rusty Grabber right by to hit like for old Johnny says, EQ Pineapple. Good to see you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Friend of the show, EQ Pineapple. Let's get this here. You know what? Don't scare me right out the gate. It's not worth it. I didn't even flip the screen over. Almost felt like I was about to, just a little bit of pee was going to come out there for a minute. That's not helpful, man. It's not helpful. I had a horrible day getting things done. I got done with the Steel Toe show. I got so distracted. I got so distracted towards the end of the Steel Toe show because I couldn't figure out. Something glitched out on my computer and my keyboard didn't work. Not like just the keyboard itself doesn't work. Like all of the keyboard inputs no longer count because my mouse is a very very, very fine mouse. It's got all these little buttons on the side. See these? This is a gamer thing. This is somebody who likes gaming, does this on their computer. They have that mouse. That has all of my number keys on it. So I should be able to do 1 through 12, so to speak, on the number keys off of the mouse alone. But that didn't work. My other board wouldn't work. I couldn't. It was just completely fucking weird. I couldn't figure it out. I was troubleshooting it the whole time. Every time Aaron did a read, I ducked over and I switched USB ports around in case that would help. And I was just over there fucking with it. And then the show got over. I tried thing after thing after thing. None of the troubleshoots worked. Nothing worked. The way we fixed it, we fucking turned off the computer and turned it back on and prayed that clearing the memory did it. And that ended up doing it. So it had to be some sort of weird glitch. Gamers also have RGB lights a lot. Yeah, dude, RGB lights are fun. What's wrong with RGB lights? You're going to hate on RGB lights? Eat a dick. A nice eclipse is happening right now, Johnny. I can't help but notice that I am firmly stuck to the bottom of my chair. I've been waiting for my 7 seconds of weightlessness. I was going to try... Exactly. I was going to try to rub one out. Thank you, Nucleatic Gaming, for the Nugget Army and the 10 bits. I was going to try to, fucking pump and blast one real quick during the weightlessness. No dice. No dice. Now I'm all here. Hi, all. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Digger. Well, Digger is still not with us, Fiery. We can give a Digger update in just a minute. I did realize I forgot to put my links in the chat before we started the show because I got the computer back on par and I just had been in my own head prepping the show ever since. Oh, Digger's in the chat, though. So there you go. Because Digger's in the chat, this is for Our Lady of Canada.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. Powerful.
There you go. Just for you, Our Lady of Canada, Digger. Just for you. We wish you a speedy recovery. She do I tell people what I've been told? I believe it doesn't matter. She might be going home today, so sounds like everything's good and she's on the mend. We pray the best for her. There we go. I'm pissed. I upgraded my car insurance for the 7 seconds. No new car. Son of a bitch. Right? I want to know who's super duper disappointed in this. I want to see, I want to be a fly on the wall in the life of a true believer of this 7-second eclipse weightlessness bullshit. I want to know who the fuck is sitting in their house or whatever, it's going to happen any minute now. They've got a countdown clock, 5, 4. They're also morbidly obese. 3, 2, 1. And then Jabba the Hutt jumps and doesn't move a millimeter. Just, what the fuck? And then they're pissed, They came here planning and expecting 7 seconds of weightlessness. Nothing. Nothing at all. No gravity for 7 seconds was going to be awesome, Johnny. It was either going to be awesome or massively destructive, depending on who you were talking to. It was either going to be fun or the end of the world. But either way, it's not real. That's my point. Have you had 7 seconds of weightlessness? I know I haven't. My dick is incredibly heavy. I haven't felt it let up even once. I'm just kidding. How do these rumors about him having a big dick get started? I think it's because he keeps saying it on his show and people believe him. Oh. Well, then it's their fault. I did in the bathroom, Johnny, if that counts. You had 7 seconds of weightlessness, or you just lost a lot of weight? You took a firm duker. Get better, Digger. We all made jokes yesterday about you. That's true. We did. Well, I wouldn't say we. I didn't necessarily have a hand in it, but jokes were made. I was there. So, ipso facto, I made jokes. Anyhow, we hope you get better and have a quick and speedy recovery, and of course, all the well wishes and stuff for you. Well, of course, I am selfishly hoping you have a speedy recovery, because the sooner you have a speedy recovery, sooner you can get back to doing this, because it's not as much fun to do it by yourself day in and day out, day in and day out. It'd be a lot more fun if you had someone to do it with. A little back and forth always helps. So it'd be nice. Bad picture Batman just now on Twitch. All right. I heard about it on the Why Flies. Seems legit. What, the weightlessness? I was sitting under a tree just in case this eclipse gravity thing is real. Yeah, dude, I don't think it's real. Isn't the eclipse happening right now? The total eclipse is happening. There's a total eclipse watch.
And nobody was ready for it. Even people who see total solar eclipses all the time. And so when you saw
this is from NASA.
The beauty of space and the beauty of the science we do into such clarity.
I think NASA is one of the only places where we can see
I don't really
solar
care about
eclipse
it.
From down here on Earth.
I don't want to talk about you guys seeing the solar eclipse. I don't want the window open. I wanted it to be full screen. I don't want the chat. So what is it? Is this the solar eclipse that's happening right now? The solar eclipse? Is this it? This is from Spain. Through a filter, through a lens. This is from Spain, so this is the sun burning up stuff, and here's the moon creeping in the way. So depending on where you're looking at it from, it really doesn't seem that big. Ended at 12:31 for Minnesota, Johnny. We only had 1% or so coverage. So, trying to think what I was doing at 12:30. I did, you know what? I don't know about weightlessness, but I did get up to walk out and get my water for the show, and wasn't as hard to walk. it wasn't as hard to walk. So maybe I wouldn't say I had weightlessness, but I had reduced difficulty. Or it could be my legs were just working fine and this is all a bunch of bullshit. And once again, I'm going to go with that one. Moon, says Wild Saffron. Good to see you. Files, not flies. Oh, files. CNN has it on the Y files. Yeah, when is the weightlessness happening? So I'm not getting my light bulbs changed. Sounds like not lab glass. If you were banking on this for that, you are not getting what you wanted. I know I myself, I had planned some fun festivities. Fortunately, everything for me was like, you know, an auxiliary benefit. So if I don't get it, it's not the end of the world. I like setting up my life where worst case scenario, we're just at our usual level of suck. And that's where I am. I'm right back at 0. No weightlessness. So your legs worked for 7 seconds. Again, I don't understand why so many of you don't get this, St. Caesar. The legs do work, just really, really poorly. And so, like, your legs worked for 7 seconds. No. It seemed easier to shuffle along than it usually does. Or I could be imagining things. Again, it wasn't like mind-boggling. It wasn't like I didn't have the same problems I usually have. Just more of again. Yeah. Damn, I'll get the ladder. Yeah, you're going to need a ladder. Maybe several people. The eclipse is past our viewpoint. So when does the weightlessness happen as a whole? Like at a certain time? How... Can't figure out how it is. It's darker here at 7:11 p.m. Okay, I don't know that anyone asked, but good for you. Anyways, let's load up our first hour stories. We have a couple of different things. We've got a very fun thing with the election stuff we're going to have. We've got the latest entry into the NWA. Tried to do an NWA, fuck me. WNBA. Was that a Freudian slip or just a retarded fuck up? I can't tell. Either way. It was funny. So yes, the newest entry into the WNBA wanted to do an interview with CNN and it was canceled. So we've got the balls, much like them, to do the interview. We're going to pull that up and play it. We've got some shitting to do on England for your guys' new choices. Florida has taken it to street level with New York in terms of now insulting Mamdani. And I'm going to say right now, I fully support this that Florida's doing because it's completely harmless. It's tit for tat, but it's funny. Technically, New York makes money, so they can't really turn it away. You know, they're not going to scoff at it and get rid of it. Then we have some stuff to... Oh, yeah, the solar eclipse stuff we're going to talk about on CNN. I suppose we should do the solar eclipse stuff now since we have that going on. Let's see. Installing. Yeah, so England, you guys are fucking... God damn it. God damn it, St. Caesar. There's going to be a solid segment of me asking you to explain your people. Because this is retarded. All right, so the solar eclipse from space. This is what everyone's scrambling to see. The shadow chase across space. I don't know. You went to the wrong one. Meh. Closed the thing. Didn't want it to be that way. I just wanted to unmute it. Let me unmute it. God damn it. So there we go. Here we go. Boom. Any minute now.
Moon? Well, actually, it is. During a solar eclipse, satellites get an extraordinary view of the moon's shadow as the moon moves in front of the sun. The darkest parts of the shadow track along the path of totality, where millions gather for the spectacle. Something that fascinates me is when satellite imagery shows the eclipse changing the weather. Here you can see clouds.
So the eclipse can have, like, for all the shitting on it that I've been doing, the eclipse can have a legit effect on the planet, other than just... Because it's not like it... All right, so it legit causes the decrease and then increase of cloud formation.
After it passes, the clouds return. The shadow cools the ground and cuts off the thermal process that creates clouds. One of my favorite satellite shots is from July 2019, when a major hurricane and a total solar eclipse were together in the same view. It's not just satellites. Astronauts too have spotted the moon's shadow from space. Whether it's from below or above, this year's total solar eclipse will provide stunning scenes.
Okay.
Total
But-
solar eclipse. Let's count down 4 bizarre changes in our atmosphere we can expect.
Nobody asked. Nobody asked. Who are you? You know what? Nope. I'm not gonna trust it. How about you eat a dick? All right. And then this is the other thing, I guess, for the eclipse. So this is happening right now in like Italy and stuff. People are in line for what? All right.
Everyone here is waiting for the same thing. A pair of certified solar eclipse glasses.
I'm prepared, apparently, maybe.
Wait. A certified solar. You guys are waiting in line to buy cardboard sunglasses? I mean, just get some super powerful sunglasses. Paris is not Italy, Johnny. This is in Paris. I was saying the other thing we were looking at was in Italy. I don't remember. Whatever, fucking. I'm aware. Nature's own censored spot.
Over an hour or 2 hours of a line for, but at least there's supposed to be glasses in this shop.
These glasses cost €3, that's roughly $3, and they are essential. In fact, earlier in the week, most opticians and pharmacies had sold out because so many people had rushed to buy them. And that's why you'll see huge lines like these. We even saw a couple of men in the queue trying to resell some glasses.
I wanted to get one earlier this week, but they were nowhere to be found.
We should have bought them like a long time ago.
We won't be experiencing a total eclipse here in Paris. The moon should cover roughly 90% of the sun, so it won't go completely dark. You'll still see a sliver of the sun, but temperatures are expected to dip slightly, and it should be quite the spectacle.
Again, I'm not waiting hours
We
for a
are
pair of
now
sunglasses.
trying
Of
to
course,
find a perfect
I
location
hate you assholes
to
doing
set-
this. I hate they play a video behind the one that's full screen. Don't play a video behind the one that we're on, assholes. So yeah, it's at its end, I guess now, based on the arc of that map that we saw. It's coming to the end. It's at the conclusion, the fulcrum, the finality of the end. Or don't stare at the sun. This stuff is overrated. I'm kind of with Eugene Stoner on this. The stuff is overrated. Plus, isn't there like a really easy way that you could take like a shoebox and a piece of tinfoil and you can make like a light bounce? And so it's like a projector that you can look at and it's quintessentially seeing the eclipse. Like, I don't get the necessity. Just to wait hours. Like, I get it if you want to look at the eclipse, you don't have a pair of really good sunglasses. And so you're like, you know what I want to do? I want to see this eclipse thing. So let's get a pair of glasses from our optometrist, the ones they always make you wear when they dilate your pupils. Those fuckers will work, right? If not that, they've got to have something. But like waiting in line for hours, it's, oh, you know what? I'll ask the guy next to me while it's happening. Huh? What does it look like? Oh, like a big orange circle is being taken up by a big black circle until the black circle takes out the orange circle? And it's just a sliver of light around the... Oh. Wow. Mind blown. It's not that big a deal. Tinfoil hat, what? No, there's welding glasses. Yeah, if you're a welder, you don't need anybody. You got your own shit. No, there's a way to make what is this? Shoebox. Of course, this got out yesterday because of this. How to make a simple viewer at home. Where's...
We have in your house. Here's what you're gonna need. A shoebox, some tape, a pen, some foil, a piece of paper, and some scissors. First thing we're gonna do is...
So I missed a few pieces. Let's be clear. I missed a few pieces. But let's also be perfectly clear. Fucking nailed it, all right? Fucking nailed it.
Cut some squares in the back of our shoebox. Next, you'll take that piece of foil and tape it over one of the holes you created in the back of the shoebox. Once that's done, take your pen and poke a very small hole in the foil. And now with the sun at your back, look right through the hole that doesn't have the foil over it, aim it, and you should be able to see the sun safely. Happy eclipse viewing!
See? Told you. Super duper easy getaway to watch the eclipse. You don't need to spend time in line. You just have to have this shit lying around your house. So if you're tidy, you might have a problem. If you haven't needed new shoes in a while. You know what it is? It's an excuse to buy shoes. That's what it is. If you live with a woman, you'll be fine. You'll have the supplies. Just fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, as opposed to waiting in line to spend money for, oh, look, it's going. So there's the... And there's the other one. There it goes. Yeah, fuck that noise. Put your phone on the ground in selfie mode and watch it in your phone. I suppose there's an idea. That might not be too bad. I don't know if it'll screw up your phone. Just look with it with your bare eyes. Disability income, free money. You cunt. No. Disability income isn't free money. It comes with a whole shitload of strings. There are a fuck ton of strings. Oh, try staying afloat with it. You'll understand. But yes, Satan's Mechanic. It's not a tinfoil hat. It's tinfoil in a shoebox. I had it slightly wrong. I thought you bounced the light off the tinfoil. Instead, the tinfoil is to make just a perfect lens for the sunlight. Anyways, it's a real thing. So you're welcome. Didn't the president look at the eclipse a few years ago? I wouldn't be surprised. Unless it was Obama. That's the only one I'd be surprised at. If it was Trump, Biden, or Bush, I wouldn't be surprised. I can't spell. Let's see if we can find this. Yep. What is the didn't president Donald Trump looks directly at the sun. This is from 8 years ago. So this is back during the solar eclipse 8 years ago, I guess. But he didn't really stare at the sun. He looked up and then he looked down. Didn't stare at it. He looks directly at it, yeah, for a brief moment. Yeah, everybody got the stupid glasses. Nobody looks good wearing them. My God, why? For the love of all that is Mick Foley, cheese and rice and the side of crackers, why? Just got to reset myself a little. Me. Thank you, Lab Glass. I am asshole. Well, you know, I can't complain too much because it's little contributions like that that help keep our show goal moving. Yesterday we banked out $40. We banked out $20, and so, or 25, excuse me, banked out $25. So we went down, to $40 for the 18th for our goal. So please help the show in that way. I would appreciate it. There's also the pinned options at the top of all the chats except the Twitch one, now that I realize it didn't do it there. And we would appreciate your support. Those ways work as well. Streamlabs, Venmo, PayPal, yada, yada, yada. You know the deal, the spiel. Everybody's heard it before. If you want to see a multi-city live look, all right, let's hit up Los Federales' link here for the multi-city live look. I don't know how I feel about this F me music. And now you're watching the eclipse. Oh yeah, baby. Weightlessness for 7 seconds means 0 sag. No, it's just too funky. I can't do it. Turn that off. So the Iceland start. So we've got this baby going for about another hour. We've got eclipse action for another hour. When is the magical 7 seconds? Because I am gonna be honest, since it hasn't happened, I am talking a lot of shit about it. Which means if it does happen in the next hour, I'm completely fuckered. But I would have believed, technically, in the eclipse path's totality, all that jazz, we would have had it at the peak, at the halfway point, which seems like we've crossed. So, Lab Glass almost finished. All right, yeah, you support the show. There you go. There you go. Just let them have it. Haha, jump screech. It's glad you enjoy it. I'll be honest. The funding is nice. The support is great. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it, especially because I can't control when it's happening. I don't know if it's happening. I forget it's happening. I'm easily distracted. I squirrel a little bit harder and focus a little bit more on my stories when I don't have someone else to bounce off of, which makes this just worse. So, yay. Yay for you. And that's how we got a heart attack and died. All right, we're going for another 3 hours on this lovely program. Today, of course, fully funded along with the rest of this week and Monday because of your guys' amazing support on the Fund Me show last Friday. Thank you very much. Our studio sponsor this month, all the way up till September 4th, is our friend Trucker 18-Wheelers Unicycle Sales. Trucker 18-Wheelers Unicycle Sales. Whether you are a unicycle noob or a veteran one-wheeler, you want Trucker 18-Wheelers Unicycle Sales. Now, you might think to yourself, you're just wanting to try. You don't want to really commit to it. Don't worry. They have rentals available. And for those experts out there, seats optional. Trucker 18-Wheelers Unicycle Sales. There we go. Make sure to get our sponsor read in for the studio. Feels like a movie right now with no sun. Yeah, dude, I'm going to say overall, this is not that exciting. Let's get the chat part out. This is not that exciting. Oh, look, there's a big pyroclastic flow off the edge of the sun. And we're almost there. Almost there. Any minute now. I'm edging. We should be weightless in any second. So is this when weightlessness is happening in Spain? So you guys are boned right now. Because it's gone. This is kind of creepy. All you've got left is this one little bit. Spain totality. You see what this means? It means not welcome. You know, the fun part is if all of a sudden it punched out, like the red parts came back in the form of the Mortal Kombat dragon. Oh my God, I'm floating. St. Aaron says he's floating. I feel lighter already. Brian, I miss our Lady of Maple. A lot of people miss Our Lady of Maple, myself included. She will be joining us soon. I will say, when the moon has the whole eclipse like this, you can enjoy and appreciate the amount of plasma that the sun just ejects. So yeah, we got nothing. Weightlessness for nobody. St. Caesar, I'm floating. How am I typing? But this is Spain's totality. You're in England. It's not the same. Didn't your totality already happen? I have no idea. Thank you for the multi-city view look. It's strange, but not like it's not like I ain't seen it before. Plus, why is it always when you get footage like this and stuff of stuff in space, people are like, it's fake, it's not real, it's totally fake. But then we're gonna take it that this is real. Odd. Anyways. Happened at the same time, Johnny. Well, congratulations. I hope you enjoyed your 7 seconds. Labwest, I just need to know when weightlessness happens so I will know not to be poofing. Yeah, it'd be a horrible time. It'd be a horrible time. I pushed it out and it floated right back in. Oh. Oh. Don't go to the bathroom during your 7 seconds of weightlessness. That's not a way to live. All right, let's close that out. So yeah, Donald Trump stared at the sun. He looked at it. He didn't stare. But he did look directly at the sun for a moment like an idiot 8 years ago. Did he do that this time? When we watched it this time, did he do it? Or no? No? Hello, riding dirty, says Digger. Oh, well, Digger's here. I'm kind of here, Brian. Typing on the tablet sucks, though. Yeah, she has to type on the tablet. You know, she's dealing with her recent adventures. I'm glad I'm not the only person in the lag was. I'm not into poop redocking, right? That's gross. But I don't think that's a thing. Like, I feel like technically, if gravity ends, then you'd need a force that changes situation. So what it would really be is you would be launching yourself and it would stay stationary, or it would project downward with force. I don't know. Then what happens when it hits the water? I have no idea. You know what this is? More thinking about it than I actually want to do. Now, since there's no weightlessness anyway, there's no 7 seconds, we can just skip the whole goddamn exercise. We can just go right on past it. Alrighty, so power windows. Oh, am I on live chat? I am good. The eclipse is just fine on TV. Yeah, it seems all right. I don't know why you'd want to go out to watch it when you can go to the fucking YouTube views of it and everything else. You can see it. Does it matter if you see it in person versus the video we played? Did it impact your life any differently? I'm going to guess no. Los Federales says, you do realize that if that happens, we're all dead, right? The world spins at 32 kilometers per hour. Losing gravity would annihilate every specimen on the planet. In a sense, but you would be moving. We're moving as people that are tied to the planet by gravity. We're moving at 32 kilometers per hour. So we'd go up, but we're still moving forward because when gravity disengaged, we were flung. So we're spinning at that speed. And what's holding us to the planet is the gravity. And the gravity gives off, we go whoop, and then we go up. I mean, I don't know, man. 7 seconds? I don't know. You'd have to go up a ways before you, because you wouldn't just decelerate to zero instantly. You'd have the forward momentum of the gravitational spin. So, way to ruin our fun pill, Nye. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a thing anyway. Did he really ruin your fun? He hits you with some facts, and I will be honest, if it was continual, yeah, we'd have a problem. But isn't part of the... No, it's got to be Yerbil. No gravity means that you keep on moving, but the world stops spinning. I don't know. Educate yourselves, man. Either way, 24-hour day. Planet is 250,000 miles around. We're going about 1,000 miles per hour. Right, but in the rules of physics, even if gravity ended, we're on a planet that's spinning that fast. So wouldn't we have to drift up for a bit and then slowly lose our momentum forward? I don't know. It doesn't matter anyway. Your sound sucks, by the way. Oh, no. What? Is it up too high? I'm sorry. My sound sucks. Thank you for letting me know, DT Perk. I will look into that further in a bit, I guess. We'll have to go back and check it out. That's 1, 2 there, right? Yeah. Was it on that one? No, I don't get it. All right, I'm sorry. This is to distract from all the aliens, says Wild Saffron. It would be like one of those salad spinners. See, now I got it all in my head about balancing this thing up and down. It'd be like one of those salad spinners, and we are the water getting spun off the lettuce. So then that would give more credence to, again, Los Federales' theory. No. It's an instant death. Then I got 0 to worry about. Either way we looked at it, it hasn't happened, man. It's done. So there's no problem. It's done. There's like, what, an hour left? Not even. Tell you what, if we're still all here at the end of the show, then you know you're fine. So thank you for hanging out. Sounds fine here, Johnny. I think that's a fuckwad saying it's bad. Well, my audio was a little high and a little hot, but I took it as seriously as checking my levels. Like I said, my mic was a little high, so I had to watch it. I was promised aliens, and I'm still waiting. When were we promised aliens? Wasn't aliens promised a long time ago? Not for today, right? We weren't promised aliens for today. You know what I thought? We were going to piss off the aliens that supposedly live on the dark side of the moon after Elon Musk pretty much carpet bombed the thing with his rocket. Created a giant crater. All right, let's go down to this. So our other stories that we have today, eclipse aside, we have the news breaking on the election in, I think this is Wisconsin. Yeah, on the election in Wisconsin. So if you haven't been watching or paying attention, which you're totally forgiven for, I wouldn't either if I didn't need to. Francesca Hong has been this like super uber socialist. She's made a lot of news about she's going to win Michigan. And so the race seemed like it was going her way. But then in the middle of the night, wouldn't you know it, the Democratic normie middle of the road guy, David Crowley, squeaked it through in the 11th hour. So let's just go to So now you have a lot of people that were supporting this lady going, wait. All right, let's see if they talk about the exact specifics.
What we uncovered was that 5 of the sticks had the audit log downloaded and not the results. It's a human error. These things can happen. So basically what we need to do is go back to the operations center and we're going to download out of those 5 machines the results and make sure that's not the audit log. So we have the reports printed from the first download. We're going to reprint and start the process so that we can compare those results. We invite you to come join us. Milwaukee Police Department will come with us too. And so we'll re-download those results and then send them back here to be uploaded.
So if you weren't paying attention or couldn't figure out her word salad, they had 5 USB sticks that apparently, when it was a neck and neck tie and it's just, oh, by golly, gosh darn, she's so close to winning that we're down to counting individual ballots. Just all of a sudden, those 5 sticks were wrong. We had to check again, and we did. And in the middle of the night, in the 11th hour, when all of her supporters woke up from their early evening partying of like, hey, we won it, it turns out David Crowley won in the middle of the night. David. So now you've got a whole bunch of, wait, that's not, oh, yeah. Welcome to people saying the elections. It's finally happening within their own groups now. If she would have gone to 6-7 after 5, she would have said the same thing with mail-in votes. That it was a human, this is an election official. That's not her. That's not Hung. That's an election official saying it's human error. And what happened was 5 USB sticks did not have the election results on them. So they had to go back and re-upload the data for the election results, and which the socialist Francesca Hong narrowly lost by a few thousand votes to David Crowley. She was highly likely to lose in November if she won the primary. A 2 a.m. ballot drop addressed that. So if she won the primary, she was almost guaranteed to lose in November. And so they made sure she couldn't win the primary. Oh, that's fun. You gotta, like, it's not even fake anymore. They just do it right out in the open. They just told us, like, hey, so it was really neck and neck. It's really, really close. So we'll just conveniently lose these votes and recount them. No, don't you know, the second time around, they went the way we wanted. Perfect. Let's talk about MS Now. Oh God, MS Now says that it's lit. I guess let's check on MS Now, the news organization that I hate because they make it sound like having multiple sclerosis is fun.
Exact thing, yes, is if 5 of the USB sticks were missing results from the election, so then they have to go try to re-grab them.
He even
fuck me. All the folks in, so then they have to. It's the exact thing, yes, is if 5 of the USB sticks were missing results from the election, so then they have to go try to re-grab them.
They're numbers guys trying to figure it out. They're doing the math on the board. Whose votes go to whom? He's sitting here going, wait a minute, what? Even he's like, all right, you're kidding me.
Yeah, and they're all the folks behind the scenes are talking about this as well. So we can also look. It's unfortunate.
The folks. It's unfortunate. You know what's unfortunate? What's unfortunate is you guys don't have the viewers to justify you having the balls to just go, yeah, that's a fucking stolen election. That's just nope. We don't want it. Bring in the real numbers guy for this one. I don't need the real numbers guy. I wanted this. This is more fun. This is a liberal-leaning news organization that has every reason to say poo-poo to you for claiming electoral stuff, because a lot of the big electoral claims have been against, Democrats. Joe Biden, for example. And so it's really, really fun to say them like, they want to support this lady or that guy. They don't really care, but they can't deny that this is hinky. All right, so it's neck and neck. It's a dead heat, but or even more so, maybe she was pulling ahead. Francesca's pulling ahead. Cheska, I can never tell. When is the C a whatever? She's pulling ahead, and they don't want it to happen. Like she wins, we're going down in flames. So fuck this noise. Torpedo her. And they just do it. Kind of the same way we had, like the ballots came in, and then all of a sudden when they were recounted, wouldn't you know it, the Somalian guy lost to fucking Jacob Fry. Now, granted, there are people who claim that guy ran a dog shit campaign and never showed up for anything and never did anything. Right, but it still did look funny. In this case, she showed up. She did the work. She made news clips about all the crazy shit she said, like wanting to cancel Thanksgiving. And that lady was never, ever going to win. So they said, fuck that noise. This is Michigan. Kick her the fuck out and get David in. Somebody had Russia on speed dial. Did they fire? This isn't CNN, St. Caesar. This is MS Now. Not CNN. Thought we made that clear.
Behind the scenes here, you're saying?
Yes.
Just look at his face. Look at his face. He can't even hide it. Yup. People are talking about it. Looks like they pulled some shady shit. So that way, the Democrats don't get what a lot of them want, because they know what a majority of the Democrats in this state want is what a majority of the people in the state don't want. So we can't have that happen.
How do I ask this artfully?
Just say it. Are they torpedoing this chick to slam David in there because they know she can't win?
I guess the exact thing.
He doesn't have a way. He doesn't come up with a way to ask this artfully. The establishment welfare voters have replaced the lithium libtards. Passes out popcorn. Oh, yeah. I was promised... there's a little light of mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. So they accidentally downloaded the wrong thing and had to go back. That's the claim. That's the claim. And wouldn't you know it, once they went back and checked the votes, they had just what they needed to beat her by 5,000 votes. Just what they needed. Thank God they rechecked those ballots. Thank God the system works and they caught this error. Oh. Back when I cared, I studied torsion physics. Everything is spinning, which causes a twist in space-time. Just a thought. Well, I'm retarded, so I always take it on a high probability that I'm somehow misinformed or misunderstanding something. And that's just life. Good afternoon, fine people. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Mr. Q, good day to you. Digger's in the chat here and there, so you might see her. And we're having an all right day. Hope you are. Hold on to the England story. I'm going to smoke. We don't do what you want here. We do. I'll get to the England story when I goddamn good well feel like it. If you're not here, that's on you. This isn't your program. So yes, David Crowley already had an acceptance speech. Let's go to this.
And I especially want to thank Representative Francesca Hall. Her campaign reminded people across Wisconsin that there are no long shots when it comes to believing in a better future and fighting to expand opportunities to every family. That kind of passion, it strengthens our democracy. And I look forward to earning their support and everyone who participated in this campaign as we move forward together.
But on a separate note, I can't stand that bitch wanted to cancel Thanksgiving. I love me my itis. Also, you thought that Valentine's Day was a holiday for the worst people? Like, brings out the worst in people. That's what it is. You thought Valentine's Day brings out the worst in people. What kind of loveless cunt are you? But thank you for losing anyhow.
Over the past few months, you've heard a lot of people try to define this election as a battle between the left and the center, between progressives and the establishment, between insiders and outsiders.
And really, West Side. No, dude, a lot of us just thought it's between crazy people and less crazy people, but you're all kind of like incestuously swimming in the same pool, so does it matter? Is that Anthony Mackie? No. That is so no, Red Scooper. Does kind of look like Anthony Mackie though. That's David Crowley. That's the winner of the. That's the winner that got a mysterious boost of 5,000 votes in the middle of the night at the 11th hour. Because wouldn't you know, a human error occurred with a bunch of USB sticks, and we had to go get the votes again. And once we went back and checked them votes, wouldn't you know? Once we went back and checked, turns out he won. He squeaked it by, just enough to survive. In no way is it Hinky. But no, that's not Anthony Mackie. He could play this guy in the movie. What would you call it? It wouldn't be the big steal. It's Michigan. The mitten steal? The glove grab. That's what you call it. The glove grab. He can play David Crowley in The Glove Grab. When politics and infighting reached a ridiculous point to which Democrats are now stuffing votes for other Democrats because they can't let the other Democrat win. Hold on. Yeah, we covered you. It's Wisconsin, Johnny. Milwaukee. Oh, fuck. Wisconsin. That's right. I was thinking of Michigan, and it's Wisconsin. The Michigan one is Al Said. Fuck. So Wisconsin. What do you call a Wisconsin? Like a movie about stealing an election in Wisconsin?
That narrative.
I got nothing. Alan, it's Wisconsin, you putz. Yeah, I got it. My Wisconsin, Michigan, right next to each other. They both have fucking super liberal, controversial candidates. Sorry, I got it slightly confused. You're right. I got really thrown off with a Red Scooper about Anthony Mackie, and I got distracted on the movie idea. So there you go. What do you want from me? We have 2.5 hours left in the program. We're going the Cheddar Caper. Ooh, that's not a bad one. The Great Cheddar Caper. The Swiss cheese job. But yeah, it's Cheddar's better. Hers is better. Yeah, fuck. I can't beat it with Cheddar because you got Wisconsin Cheddar, so that's kind of a thing. Yeah, the Cheddar Caper. The Great Cheddar Caper. Although, is it a Great Cheddar Caper? We know what happened. The election officials, particularly the ones that are Democratic, didn't want the socialist lady they knew would fucking torpedo in the long term to get to the polls. So they stacked the votes just enough for him. Holy cheese. That would be the comedy movie. Holy Cheese would be the comedy movie. But even then, it sounds more religious than political. So I don't know if it fits. It's a little tight. It's a shoehorn, but I don't hate it. God bless, says Mr. Q. I mean, who? Why? For who? For what? For Holy Cheese? Oh, man. At any rate, yeah, that guy just narrowly squeaked out the victory there. And I don't know that anyone buys it. What the fuck is this? I don't understand what that weird alien-headed looking thing is. Somebody made some sort of fake video. We're not going to go to that. That doesn't have anything to do with what we're talking about. So fuck it. But yes, human error. That's what they're calling it. As of now, it's officially human error that caused the revote or the recount or whatever of the 5 sticks that just magically had the votes we needed to have for the election to turn out this way. The Great Cheddar Caper sounds like a movie about stealing cheese from the cheese caves. People have referenced this before, and I think we've checked. American Cheese Caves. Good God. You type CA and it's the second search. Is a processed pasteurized American cheese the United States federal government bought and stored starting in the late 1970s and 1980s. It's given to people on welfare, food stamps, and Social Security, as well as food banks and schools used up massive surplus caused by the dairy price support. Okay. So, do we still have the cheese caves? Dude, do we have a video? Let's see if we can find a video on the... I'm super curious about these cheese caves now. I'm kind of like, fuck it, let's go on a little bit exploring America's secret underground cheese caves. All right. Let's...
Yeah, if you didn't know the...
Okay. One, I don't TikTok. I don't do TikTok. But two, I mean, didn't know is a strong word.
The United States currently has over 500 underground cave warehouses spanning across 35 different states, the largest of which is underneath Springfield, Missouri, where America, as of August 2022, currently hoards 1.5 billion pounds of cheese. And just...
1.5 billion pounds of cheese? 1.5... The Fat Electrician. Okay, the Fat Electrician. I've heard about this guy before. And this is from the Fat Files. I like the Fat... 1.5 pounds of cheese. Okay. That's a lot. Oh, what the hell did I just...
I got you. Mira por la tortilla lo que tú ganas en un año vale mi gargantillo que apare. Mira por la tortilla, mira por la tortilla.
What the fuck is this shit? This is why I hate TikTok. I bumped a button and this thing went...
Thank you, Jude. My guy. You have done well.
Dear Lord. What the fuck? I hate TikTok so much. I just want that guy's thing back. American Cheese Caves. What did I fucking click? My stupid cripple hand. And we clicked videos. And we went to your short one.
Yeah, if you didn't know, the United States currently has over 500...
Pause. And I don't know why the fuck you went to a whole shitload of other things. This is why I hate TikTok, man.
Underground cave warehouses spanning across 35 different states, the largest of which is underneath Springfield, Missouri, where America, as of August 2022, currently hoards 1.5 billion pounds of cheese. And just for the record, I realize I'm uploading this video very close to April Fool's Day. This is not an April Fool's joke. I am 100% serious. El Dorado is real, and Uncle Sam made it out of cheese.
Look.
See, this is the fun part with doing like offline stuff. You can edit things in. You can't have this fun with live stuff.
The city of gold.
And I know what you're thinking. Right now, you're like, wow, that's a cool little factoid. I can't wait to share that with my buddy at the bar one day. But no, this is going to infect your thoughts for the rest of your life. You're never going to see the world through the same lens ever again. I mean, for example, let's just say you're at home watching The Walking Dead. You're going to come to the realization there'd be way more fucking cheese in the apocalypse than that, okay? You're never going to be able to watch Mad Max again without thinking about cheese. You have to come to the terrifying realization that you live in a world where there is a greater than 0% chance that one of these underground cheese caves gets mistaken for a government facility and gets nuked in World War III, and we're going to have to deal with a radioactive tsunami wave of nacho cheese. And this...
I mean, it wouldn't be nacho cheese if it's American-grade pasteurized cheese. The video is on YouTube also. It's not important. He's very, very funny and entertaining. The Fat Electrician. I enjoy it. But it's just, again, that's ridiculous. I can't believe we have giant caves of cheese. What is it with the hoarding different thing? Like, Canada's hoarding syrup. We're hoarding cheese. Red Scooper. Ocean's 11, but cheese. I want Wild Saffron's great cheese, the Great Cheddar Caper. I want the Great Cheddar Caper, but I want it to be Red Scooper's Ocean's 11s of cheese. And it's all of them breaking in. Brad Pitt, George Clooney, the whole gang breaking in to steal government cheese. Oh, wow. We have hundreds of underground facilities dedicated to the holding of cheese. It infected your computer. It did. It infected my computer. Wild Saffron to Red Scooper, thanks for the squirrel. The squirrel was fun. It's not the first time I've heard of the cheese caves. I know the cheese caves existed. I keep thinking, like, when it's told to you, like the term cheese caves, you hear the term cheese caves, you immediately go, oh, wait a minute, cheese caves. So we're talking like World War I, right? Like, we're talking Civil War era. We're talking way back in the day. You know, the Dust Bowl. No. We're talking, this started in the 1970s and 80s. We have 33 states now. You say 32 or 33, either way. More than half the states in the country have an underground bunker of cheese. I'm almost positive I live in one of the states with an underground bunker of cheese. I kind of think like that should be a fun thing to do after I'm done with the show today. How hard is it to track down Minnesota's cheese cave? Like, where's the Minnesota cheese cave? I want a map of all the cheese caves of the United States. And if the world goes to shit, my plan is just to hit up all the cheese caves. The Fat Electrician rocks. Yeah, he's very entertaining. He's very funny. I like the way he presented his program. It was very insightful. I just don't want to just sit there and air his stuff all day. Plus, I wasn't planning to talk about the cheese caves. None of us would have brought up the cheese caves, except we got on here in a long way around because of an election in Wisconsin that I mistook for Michigan. You know, as you do. So either way, we are going until 4:30, so we got another 2.5 hours for you. Our next story. Our next story is the interview that Royce White says CNN canceled him and didn't allow him his interview. And we've got a couple clips of Royce White. If you don't know who Royce White is a person who apparently sometimes identifies as a woman. And sometimes Royce is a man, I guess, and sometimes Royce is a woman. So we're going to see. There's two different clips here. I don't know if they're both the same thing. This is, I think, both from the same podcast. And now this is where you said that CNN wouldn't give him an interview. He was set to do an interview and CNN backed out. And his reasoning is hilarious.
Interview with CNN at 5 p.m. Central. And around 2-3 o'clock, they messaged me and said, we're canceling the interview. We have other news. That's the universal excuse. We have other news. And I just, for the life of me, again, you know, they're not giving black women a voice.
You can't. This has got to be a bit. It's got to be a bit. I got to play this again. This is too funny. I might need this as a sound drop. Turn this up a bit.
Again, you know, they're not giving black women a voice. Sometimes identifying as trans black women a voice.
Sometimes even by his own metric, sometimes identifying as trans black women a voice. Oh, sometimes you have a nut, sometimes you don't. You want me to take you seriously, but your trans comes and goes? Like, is it like based on the weather? Like when the eclipse happened, were you more or less trans? Like, how's this go? Is it based on the day of the week, or is it kind of like how you feel? Also, you dress like a dude, but your hair's all long and pretty like a girl, but then you've got a full beard. This is just the weirdest thing. St. Caesar did it better. Sometimes you have a dick, sometimes don't. And they bailed on your interview. Remember, they bailed on your interview because, again, they don't want to give black women a voice. It doesn't get any better.
You know, they're not giving black women a voice.
See, that part would be bad enough on its own. Like, dude, come on, this is comical. Your voice is so deep for you to be like, they're not giving black women a voice. And then you follow it up with, sometimes identifying as trans. Sometimes sometimes identifying as trans. Matthew Q, holy hair. This guy is like the Black Fabio. Yeah, he has. I'm gonna be honest, man. You're rocking the locks. You are rocking the locks. They are very good. Sometimes identifying. He sometimes identifies as trans. Like when? Like when he needs to sign the WNBA contract to play against a bunch of ladies that he knows he'll beat the shit out of. Oh, right. Because if CNN has ever done anything, it's denied black women a voice. Jason Momoa's twin showed up. He does kind of look like Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa can play him in the biopic. Great, we got it figured out. Richard, he's trolling. I mean, I hope so. It's not a troll. He's got them by the ballers. He's looking for a lawsuit. Gonna be rich. He on YouTube if you want to get away from TikTok. Yeah, I should look him up on TikTok or on YouTube. The fat electrician. So yes, he's trolling. I'm hoping he's trolling. Look how famous he is already. He's going to get a payday from this, and I'm here for it. Dude, I'm all right with it. You know what? I've watched the WNBA, the way they've behaved in the WNBA towards just some of their own players, and then their feelings on trans people and their massive over-the-top support for it. But I'm like, fine, give him what they want. Let him enter the WNBA. Let him play against all you guys and watch. And that'll be the best part, because you can't aggressively foul him like they do with the other people they don't like in their sport. You know, like anytime they want to get rid of somebody, they like Caitlin Clark or whatever, or Sophie Cunningham, they just, you know, aggressively foul them and elbow them or whatever, and it doesn't get called. Yeah, good luck doing that to him. Good luck doing that to him. And I will say this. If this is a bit and that's not a wig, god damn, man, rocking the locks.
Finds trans black women a voice on CNN. It's just blows my mind. It's disappointing. It is. It's a huge disappointment, especially CNN.
Especially CNN. So you're shitting on him. Oh, man. Dear Lord. They're not giving black women a voice. You can tell me it's a troll, and I'm here for it. You could tell me he's being legit. But I don't know, man. Let's see, what's this one? After former player Royce White says this about the WNBA.
In the
So wait. This is him saying he's joining the WNBA?
Only players who are women are eligible to play in the NBA, but in the over 400-page document, it doesn't define what a woman is. It seems the answer of what they do now is pretty clear. Would you agree?
Well, you know, it's just astounding that the WNBA can't define the W in the name. And I think we're going through a very necessary conversation about who's actually eligible to play in some of these professional sports leagues, I guess, on both sides of the gender spectrum. My goal is to help elevate the WNBA. I think the ticket prices and the attendance, will soar. I think the audience,
okay, it definitely seems like a troll, but goddamn if it ain't funny as fuck.
Live audience will increase. And I think ultimately it's good for the game. It's going to help evolve the game. I mean, who would argue that, a player like myself or an Enes Kanter or, in the future, maybe even, I don't know, a LeBron James, after he expires in the NBA, maybe he wakes up one day and realizes he's a woman as well.
It's weird that I want his reality to come true. Even funnier if that was Jason Momoa practicing for his next movie role. Dude should have kept the hair. Looked better. Yeah, I think this is before he had the hair. I'm going to say the hair was a wig then. Based on the fact that he's completely bald and that was really long hair. I'm going to say it was a wig.
Who could argue that wouldn't make the women's game better?
So listen, I don't know what to.
Everybody's laughing at this. Everybody's laughing at this, which means he's joking, and props to him for being able to do it. To be fair, LeBron is already a woman. He falls down every time somebody touches him, says Mr. Q. So he'll fit right in. He'll fit right in over there on the women's league, and he'll crush. I made fun of Lady Ballers because it was a stupid Try Hard movie, and it was really dumb. It's going to become reality. We're literally going to land in the reality of Lady Ballers is real. It's such a huge problem. Why is nobody concerned? Oh my God. Dude, let LeBron in there. Fuck it, bring back the steroids too. I mean, how far are we from that at this point? When we start having athletes, because I imagine the way they'll solve this will come down to, like, you have to have a certain steroid level that you can't be above or below. And so once we start doing that, then we should be able to open up the spectrum also to unlimited steroids. Like, all right, so like in the men's league, you have to have this much testosterone, and after that, like, yeah, but do all the roids you want. Fuck it. St. Caesar says baseball was better with steroids. I mean, they got bigger home run hits, and the home run chase and race was a big thing. So yeah, it drew out more crowds to more games. You're just going to have more people interested in your sport when your performances are better. And if you have to take stuff to boost your performance, I mean, that might not be good for you health-wise. I wouldn't advocate for it as a way of life, but hell, man. I guess, I mean, as a person who buys a ticket, like, I want my team to perform well. I'm not like, oh, but you gotta be all natural. If you take something for it and work out and use steroids to boost yourself up and beef up so you can do this, that steals from the game. What are you, a fag? No, you scored 5 goals. I'm fucking for it. But if you need to fill some time, here's the video of a wedding that was held at a McDonald's. Pure class. I don't know that I want to see a wedding held at a McDonald's. Yeah, I don't think I need that, but thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. We actually have, like, I have a whole slew of second hour stories and third hour stories and stuff to get into. We still have 2 left from here. Hell, if soccer had steroids, it'd be more exciting. I think, honestly, all soccer needs to do to make it more exciting is use that really big ball that guy bought from the sporting goods store. Use the big ball. That'll be more fun. Use the retardedly large ball. Be way more fun. Soccer players always want to get cutesy with their little ball tricks and their little kicks and pops. No. Use a ball that you can't possibly fit between your legs. Like, use a ball that's so large that if you kick it hard enough and it goes into the goal hard enough, the goaltender goes in with it. Like, that's what I want. Use the big ball. Don't be a pussy. Use a big ball in soccer. You know that they have banana ball? I want big ball soccer. That's what I want. I want big ball soccer with a stupidly huge ball. Or regular size soccer ball, but everybody has to wear those inflatable sumo suits. Just because it's harder to run. So this is a story from the Daily Mail that we got here. This is the England thing I was talking about. Apparently, Cambridge, England is installing public squatting toilets to cater to foreigners. Dear Lord. Do they have pictures? The Labour Council installs squat toilets preferred by international visitors in a new $1 million pound block that you have to pay £1 to use them. So you have to pay £1 to poo? Say that 3 times fast. All right, we're going to open this and open image in new tab. All right, so we'll do that and then go like this. So you're an ad, close the ad, boom, goodbye. Let's do the story here. That's it. Let's stretch it up this way. God, I hate having to do this stuff. Stupid ads. Get out of these pages. Alrighty, so we have to go like this. Let's go like that. The Labor Council in Cambridge has installed these things, these squatty toilets, said to be favored by international visitors. Who really can't use a regular toilet? And, you know, you don't feel comfortable unless you hover over a hole. It looks like a stainless steel sink. It grosses me out. The public toilets, which include 3 squat-style flushing toilets on Silver Street, opposite the Queen's College at the University of Cambridge, cost Cambridge City Council £1 million to build. They replaced a 1980s block that was repeatedly flooded by the River Cam, which runs next to it. So yeah, dude, the other one's flooded. I'm sure these won't. They're on ground level. Ryan Dirty Llama, my hips, knees, and my back, hips, and knees won't let me use that sheesh. It seems so stupid. How are the elderly supposed to go potty? I don't get it. Apparently they all get down and get down. The council said that toilet was preferred by some international visitors. Again, some. How big is this some category? You made a really big adjustment to everybody in the area for a some category. Locals have criticized the crazy £1 charge to use the restroom, which opened last month. Heather Boyd from a nearby village of Orwell told the BBC, I certainly think if I'm going to spend £1, I'm not going to squat as well. This is absolutely crazy. So they're charging you for the privilege of pooing like a homeless person. I'd much rather they built just a normal set of toilets and charged nothing than one really slick one and charged £1, the 60-year-old added. Oh, and she's 60. Meanwhile, one resident took to social media writing, my grandmother's great achievement as a member of the London Townswomen's Guild, not a Jam and Jerusalem organization, was to get the penny in the slot fee for Lady Lou's abolished. Well, they're bringing it back. Now you need a whole pound. The entry fee funds the cleaning, maintenance, and staffing of the facilities. Okay, so I have a question. You don't have to have this entry fee for regular facilities. Is there more cleaning, maintenance, and stuff like that comes with this whole setup? Because if that's the case, then, I don't know, save yourself a few bucks and maybe just go back to the other way? And a few other... Is it really that much of an adjustment to learn to sit down when you take a dump? I'm telling you, once you figure it out, you'll never go back. Katie Thornborough, the Labour Cambridge City Council leader, said, I think the general consensus was that if we're going to provide toilets in Cambridge, which is not a statutory service, but something we want to support, they need to be clean and safe for people to go to. Yeah, they could also use, real toilets. We also felt it appropriately to ask visitors to support the upkeep of these facilities by paying £1, a practice which is common in many other tourist destinations, she added. The £1 charge will help us to keep the toilets clean without relying on council taxpayers to fund these facilities. The squat toilets are understood to be more hygienic as skin does not come into contact with the seat. You can tell me it's more hygienic. You're still just squatting to squat. Plus, do you put your feet here on these parts? Or do you sit here on these parts and you... No, but then you'd be touching. Yeah, there's no... I don't trust anything about this. I don't trust anything about this. They are common across parts of Asia, the Middle East, and parts of Southern and Eastern Europe. The toilets also sit near the Mathematical Bridge, an 18th century wooden footbridge, which is one of the city's top tourist spots. Around 8 million people visit Cambridge each year. Yeah, I don't think you have enough people wanting to use these, especially to pay for the privilege. To pay for the privilege of pooping. I gotta say no. You're not doing it. The chat's really blowing up on a couple channels for this. Let's check this. Soccer should have removed that gay flopping for the game to be better. It would help. Asians use those. It did say that. Wow, Alan. I'm not going to read that out loud. Indians would just on the street. Right? They're not going to pay for it. They're just going to bend over and do it. I don't want to fall into the hole just trying to... right? That's what I'm worried about, too. There's no bracing surfaces. The dirtiest part of the public bathroom is the door handle because savages use their... oh... And again, that level of cleanliness and hygiene isn't going to be improved by this. It has zero effect. It has zero effect. Does not change it in the slightest. Righty. They wonder why the country's in the States. And, well, you guys are doing a lot of catering to other people. This trumps your soccer idea. I'll find an eatery, get a beverage, and use their toilet, says Riding Dirty Llama. All the increased hygiene that third world is bringing. Yeah, dude, you know what I mean? Like, the problem isn't that they're dirty and they're unhygienic. We just don't do it their way, and it's super clean when you do it their way. See, I feel like this is why we don't have a lot of street shitting from Americans, because a lot of Americans are very not accustomed to this. They find this off-putting. But if this is what you use, supplement this for the Upper East Side, and you're just, nope, just take a dump and run. Like, there you go. Just cop it. You guys spent £1 million. That's like that's $1 million. $1 million to put those in, and you're gonna charge people a buck a go. So, best of luck to you. Can you loan me some money? I have to poop. That's the best term that comes with. I need to. Can you loan me some money? I have to shit. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo. I need to poop. We need donations now. God damn it. I don't think that was an option, Saint Caesar. I don't poop in public bathrooms unless I need to. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I'm not big on public pooping. But, like, if it has to happen, then it has to happen. But I don't know that I want to pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, I guess if I had to. But then I have to start carrying money on me. Can the toilet break a 20? Or do I just have to take 20 fucking dumps? All right. I understand the washing of the feet now. Yeah, the washing of the feet's kind of a big thing. Actually, we have that story somewhere else too. There's another place, I believe in England, that's adding the foot washing terminals too. Or adding foot washing stations near I think an Islamic center or something. I don't remember. It's somewhere in the third hour, if I remember correctly. It was one of the ones we grabbed up there. You ever pay for a shower at a truck stop? No. Never paid for a shower at a truck stop. I can understand charging people for the use of the facilities. But a buck a bowel movement seems like a lot. Johnny paying to use public toilets is nothing new in the UK. It's been done for years. Well, it's not necessarily new in the UK, but it's not even new in the world in general. Like, there was, like, I think China, you have to watch an ad to get toilet paper at one of their public bathrooms. So you used to have to spend a nickel at a store to use the restroom, and that was like in the 70s. If you don't have any money, then you had to crawl underneath the bathroom stall door. But again, if it's for upkeep, I mean, okay. I don't know. With inflation and everything, how does that compare to a buck a bowel movement? If I use a public toilet stall, I pull a Spider-Man, hover over the toilet, hands and feet on the walls holding me up. And then you just got to hope that you don't give out like that as soon as you're done. Plus, I guess I'd imagine engaging all those muscles helps flex, kind of helps push you out more. Gets you going faster. I've taken a lot of truck stop showers. It sucks, says Mr. Q. Wait until you finish and reach for the TP and find a card reader. Swipe to wipe. Oh, that sounds so gross. Swipe to wipe. Red Scooper, does the toilet accept a credit card? It better. Okay, put that into AI. I need to see this, says JB. I mean, somebody could. I don't want to do that. That's more work than I want to commit to it. It's his world. That's how he does it. I don't want to live that way. I don't even want to know what it's like to live that way. I want to be comfortably ignorant. It's happier there. It's happier here. Nicer. Speaking of happy here, we're happy with our goals. It's all the way into next week. It's at like $40. So anything you throw on Twitch, Venmo, PayPal, Rumble Rants, Super Chats, all that, it all counts. Thank you all so very much. If we get a hype train going, then I have to use the doctor, as we know. All right, so this was the thing I was talking about earlier about Florida going street level with New York. Florida has named Mamdani the Economic Developer of the Year because they've had massive job growth. So Florida's rivalry has now reached the point where Florida's Chamber of Commerce has named Mamdani its Economic Developer of the Year, saying New York's progressive tax policies are helping push businesses, wealth, and residents towards the Sunshine State. The chamber says that the campaign is about more than a little trolling. It's meant to make a broader case for lower taxes and free enterprise, as Florida continues to attract people and businesses from high-tax states, as they picked one of New York's city's busiest corners to make sure the message was sent. Is the picture up on this thing? Do I got to go through this to see the picture? So they're airing this up on one of the busiest city corners, Economic Developer of the Year, and it's Mamdani. Just, again, it's not just about trolling, but they're totally trolling. They're totally trolling. I don't know what this has to do with anything then. This doesn't have anything to do with anything. So, yes, I'm curious to see what Mamdani will say about this. This is fucking hilarious. Thanks for the jobs. I love this. This is fun. I could handle this. This is like the state rivalry that's fun. This is cheeky. 3 people stabbed at a Hopkins daycare. What? It's got to be the guns. I don't know what you're talking about, Chevy JB. That sounds horrible. I have been to San Francisco. I saw no people pooping on the street, but did see one homeless guy begging for something. Yeah, I know San Francisco is reputed to have the street shitters, but never been there. So check out the clip I sent when you get a chance. It's the ultimate way to play soccer. Oh, yeah, your soccer idea, that's better than mine. We can look at that after this. I'm enjoying this. I'm laughing at this at the moment. Just the fact that the Chamber of Commerce of Florida is naming Mamdani. I don't like Mamdani, and I don't like the ideas he's putting forward. I don't think they'll work very well. I know the people that voted for him are already unhappy because much like the people who voted for Trump and found out they weren't getting what they wanted, the people who voted for Mamdani found out they aren't getting what they wanted because they just assumed that if they elected him that he would just make those things happen. Turns out the reason that the policies that he wants to pass haven't happened is because nobody will sign off on them. Nobody will change the tax codes and start taxing the wealthy outside of New York. So all he's got is the people in his area. So he's got to up their taxes to pay for shit. And then he's strutting his stuff like the grocery store that isn't open. Oh, these grocery stores will be open. We don't want you to vote for, we don't want you to have an ID to vote, but we're going to make sure you have some sort of identification to shop at this grocery store so we don't have to put up with people just buying and scam selling, which, by the way, there's no way you can prevent that. Literally zero way to prevent people from buying and scam selling this shit. And you're going to put bodegas out of business to do it. But let's brag and take a victory lap when we don't even have a storefront up and it's over a year away. Yeah, fuck that guy. So yeah, anybody that wants to shit on him, particularly if Florida's Chamber of Commerce wants to come out and go, yeah, you guys, he's the best guy for our business. It's never been better because we didn't do anything. We literally just sat here and he drove them to us. So thank you very much. Yeah, Johnny, there was a stabbing and multiple people hurt in Minnesota at a daycare a couple hours ago. Not sure if anyone died, though. All right, well, now I want to look that up. If this is breaking news, Hopkins Daycare? Okay, so this is in Hopkins, Minnesota.
There's reports of multiple fatal stabbings at a daycare in Hopkins,
Multiple fatal. Well, there we got our answer for that one. Multiple fatal stabbings.
Minnesota. Let's listen in.
How can you give an approximate age of that child?
I honestly do not know.
Were there any other injuries besides the 3 that are deceased?
There were no other injuries to any other children inside the daycare.
Chief, is this a house that has been known to y'all, or is there any history with this couple that you know of?
At this point, I do not have that information.
Chief, what time did this happen?
This happened just after 9 this morning.
Oh, dear Lord, just after 9 this morning. A learning center? No, it's a daycare. It's a daycare in somebody's house, so all bets are off.
Was the person who perpetrated the attack one of the deceased? Or do we know where they are?
We believe the perpetrator is deceased.
Is the perpetrator the male or the female?
We believe it's the male.
What's the relationship of the adults who were deceased to the daycare, if any, or to the home?
It's believed to be the daycare owners.
Do they live there?
We believe so, yes.
Both of them?
Yes.
Are they, what's their relationship, husband, wife?
I honestly do not know
Who the hell are they?
Status of their partners. I don't know at this point.
But the child that was killed is their child?
Believed to be their child, yes.
Can you just talk about the gravity of this situation?
I don't like that we're not talking about who these people are. Now I want to know who they are. The gravity of the situation, fine. According to officials, more. I have more questions. Hopkins Daycare is having 3 people. 3 victims, 1 male, 1 adult female, 1 juvenile are believed to be a family. 6 other children present at the daycare were unharmed and have been reunited with their parents. Well, if those are people, then whose house was it? Hopkins police say they were called to the scene by a parent who had arrived to drop off their children. They won't say how the victims were killed, but later initial calls were stabbing. All 3 are believed members of one family. The other children were unharmed, reunited. Man's believed to be perpetrator. Why are we leaving out who these people are? The scene is at a home daycare at Brown Bear Daycare. Brown Bear Daycare. Let's look up Brown Bear Daycare. All right. I'm from a small town in rural South Dakota. I realized early on that I loved working with children. Yeah, but who is it? Licensed Home Center. 92 followers. I'm going to go with where was the lady? Yeah. So I'm guessing it's not like you guys were saying. I'm guessing this isn't one of those because this looks like the lady that ran Brown Bear Daycare. Her and her husband. So not what you were thinking. You can be forgiven for going that way with it, but that's not what we're looking at. We know who they are, Johnny. No, you don't. If you were assuming they were Somalian or whatever, you're wrong. So literally, you don't know who they are. I had to Google search it to find it, but trust me, it's not the usual suspect on this one.
dealing with something like this and then also having other people's children in the home at this time that this happened?
Well, this is a horrific, tragic situation for any community, especially here in Hopkins, where we don't see this type of crime. It's a rarity here in Hopkins. We're a very safe community, and the impact is felt not only here but elsewhere for every parent who has a child in a daycare setting or anywhere where they don't have immediate control over their child. So yes, it's heartbreaking.
Chief, I'm sorry if I missed this. Was this a stabbing? What was the weapon involved here?
At this time, we are still trying to determine the weapons involved. We'll release that at a later date.
Anything about the nature of the injuries?
No, at this point, I can't tell you.
How were police notified about this, and what sort of response did
All
you
right,
guys?
well, we don't need that. We already got all that information. Regardless, it's sad. Life is precious. I just got home. What happened here? A stabbing with 3 fatalities happened in Hopkins, Minnesota this morning. So a couple of hours ago. It happened a couple of hours ago. And a lot of people want to be like, hey, was it a learning center? Like, no. It was a legit daycare center called Brown Bear Daycare. And unless the lady married, somebody from that neck of the woods, I had no reason to suspect anything along those lines. So who was it? Someone saying the omission is deafening. The perp is smiling. No, the omission, I agree with you. The omission is deafening, but when you look into it, the perp does not seem to be Somalian. It doesn't seem to be. We have to know for sure who her husband was. I didn't see a male suspect, Johnny. Why are you whitewashing her husband? I'm not. I'm just simply not assuming he is or isn't something. And I'm playing the odds that most white ladies in Minnesota are married to white dudes. Most of them. There are some that are married to black guys. There's a few that pick up a Mexican here and there. But let's be honest, most of them white dudes. And we don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't have any more info to go off of. I'll just say I did my digging. It was like, oh, was it a learning center? It wasn't. It wasn't a learning center. It was a white lady ran it daycare. A legit palms up daycare. Sounds like a domestic digger. Yeah, it sounds like it's a domestic. And the omission part, it's easy to start thinking like, oh, they're covering for the fact that it's this. It's like, right? But in this case, they weren't. So there you go. Alrighty, I wasn't even planning to talk about that, so. Yeah, but Atomic Ray, you can't just assume they did because you want that to be your narrative. If you just assume that that's a thing, then how's that any better than what you're claiming I'm doing? You're saying I'm assuming that it's white just because a lot of times white ladies marry white dudes, so I didn't see a thing, and I didn't. Oh no, you're whitewashing her. No, I'm not. Just going off of what I know about Minnesota until I hear otherwise. Everybody wanted it to be a Somalian until we found the daycare was being run by a white lady. So I just feel like, yeah. We see each other just fine, Johnny. How you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing pretty fabulous. We're ahead into next week. Anything we get helping the show just keeps that goal funneling right down. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, all those things are available. And our lady Digger just got home, so I'm very, very happy to hear that she just got home. That means she's in a place where she's comfortable, hopefully. And that her recovery isn't too intense or too serious that she needs medical care. So I'm very, very happy. I will say I'm doing great. We've got 2 hours left in the program, a couple other stories to get into. I suppose we can open up our second hour stories. I do have the McDonald's wedding thing. Fuck it. I'm fucking sore. My back is sore as shit. So I'm gonna play this while I do a little controlled burn to celebrate Digger's return home. Yes, I'm totally abusing her to take some pain medication. Let's open this. So this is a wedding at McDonald's. I'm gonna go ahead and say that these guys are like retarded, like special ed kind of people. That's what I'm looking kind of downsy here. That's all I'm saying. Am I about to watch a Downsy marriage? Downsy Abbey. Oh God, wouldn't that be a great show? Downsy Abbey. It's all the fun with Downton Abbey, but just with people who have Down syndrome.
She drives me wild. She drives me wild.
All right, can we hurry this up? I just really want to get my Big Mac.
Beautiful, crazy.
Who catered the wedding? Please tell me you brought food from outside McDonald's into McDonald's.
Amaze me the way that she dances.
He's literally at work right now, isn't he? He literally couldn't take the day off to get married, so you guys got married at McDonald's. You're getting left at the Happy Meal altar at a McDonald's, sir.
Ain't afraid to take chances and wears her heart on her sleeve. Yeah, she's
Now, is that guy here for the wedding, or did he just want to get, like, you know, a Big Mac and some fries?
but her crazy is beautiful to me.
This is the biggest train wreck I have ever seen. This is a McDownsy. Oh. Atomic Ray, holy sesame seed buns, married at a McDonald's. What the fuck, kids today? Everything for a click. I don't know. This is weird as hell. I'm incredibly uncomfortable with this. Balls deep for $5. Dino nuggies and hot dogs for the Downsy Abbey reception. Okay, that makes sense. That's what they brought. Dino nuggies and hot dogs. I mean, I guess they're not using the inside of the restaurants anymore. Ever since COVID, indoor dining's really kind of gone to the dogs. But, I mean, come on, man. Grilled cheese. Oh. Down syndrome wedding. Aw, for the record, I want to make jokes about this, but I'm not paving the road to hell. I'm probably headed there already. I just feel like this is really embarrassing for this guy. He's just standing here waiting for his meal of his life to arrive. And then they're going to put an onion ring on each other's finger. She is using a Happy Meal box to spread whatever this is. Is that money or just confetti? Oh, those are rose petals. Okay, so she's dropping rose petals. By the way, you're making the biggest mess of this McDonald's ever. Why did we choose to get married at McDonald's? This is the worst thing I've ever seen. Balls deep for $5. He's a slow eater. Thank you for the 5. That takes off of our goal there. Down to 35 now. Thank you very much, Balls Deep, for that. We really appreciate that support. So, $5. It's a McWedding. Dude, it's so bad. I mean, where's... Okay, there we go. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to be nice to this lady. Of course you want to get married at McDonald's. Are you kidding me? Of course this is who's getting married at McDonald's. I was really kind of surprised because the lady in red that was running around just, it's ripped up napkins. No, those look like actual flower petals. I'm hoping they're actual flower petals and not ripped up napkins, Riding Dirty Llama. I really want that to be the thing. Maybe that's where they met. This could be a very sweet memory for them. Or it's just nuts. Look, I get a sweet memory for you, but you're going to do the whole ceremony at a McDonald's? Talk about getting a wedding off the dollar menu. Ba-da-da-da-da. I'm fucking hitched. I love that the ads are flashing in the background. The ads are flashing in the background. I want the new era of drinks right after I exchange my wedding vows. Whatever you say, Johnny. I mean, I'd like to hope they were white rose petals. But then you make an alarming point. Why would they put that much work into one part and then none of that work into the rest of it? I said I wanted a small fry, not a large. Oh, no. Digger saying it's not something I'd do, but hey, whatever makes their day special. I suppose as long as they had a great special day, that's all that matters. You couldn't get Ronald McDonald to make an appearance. They had to worry. Ronald McDonald was actually patrolling. Not paroling. God damn it. Ronald McDonald was patrolling the perimeter. Say that 5 times fast. And he had to. He had to patrol the perimeter because Ronald McDonald was the only one keeping the Hamburglar away from his wife. Turns out the Hamburglar was his wife. Oh, stop it. Sure, she requested the Diet Coke. Well, then it's all fine. Then that helps. Grimace rocked her world in the bathroom right before the ceremony. No! It's special, all right. It's something.
We are gathered here today to witness the union of George and Jane. Well,
only way would be better is if while this went on, somebody went, all right, is that a large fry? Pull around to the first window on the left. Your total $17.25. So what's in these cases? We've got like these trays here. What's in this stuff? Is there like, again, did you guys bring food? Did you bring a reception and reception food to a McDonald's? We want to get married at your restaurant. Oh, really? So you want us to like cater it, like make a bunch of burgers and stuff? No. We'll bring our own food. Yours sucks. We just want to get married there. Why? No reason.
Some friends and family. We're glad to have you here with us. Today is the beginning of a remarkable journey for this.
It's just, no thank you. Why? I can't believe you would do it. I mean, I'm pretty flexible. I'm not very picky because I'm not like of a specific religion. Like if you're like, hey, wedding venues, what are you thinking? Like, I'm flexible. What works for you? What would you like? What's easiest? What's best? How about a fast food restaurant? No. And that's just before we even get to talking about which one it is. This wouldn't be, for the record, this wouldn't be any better if they did it at a Red Lobster. It's not okay. Oh, man. Let's check up with the chat there. Is she throwing French fries on the floor? No, for a minute I was worried she was throwing those, like Red Scooper said, those Monopoly scratchers. I thought she had Monopoly scratch tickets, and I was like, they're going to fuck in the ball pit. Well, there's no kids in there at least, so it'll work. Is that a Pizza Hut bag on the buffet? It looked like a pizza bag, like it was holding... It looked like a DoorDash bag that like people keep pizzas in. So yeah, I'm kind of on your phone. Like we brought in pizza and other stuff to the buffet line of the wedding reception because we're at McDonald's, so it's not like you'll order their food. Hello, my friends. I'm home. Yep, you're back, and your ladies are happy. I hope you feel better. Oh my God, corporate came in to read the nuptials. Everyone is going to be workplace reviewed after the wedding cake is brought out. No! I made so many inappropriate jokes with one of the other people. You turn your nose up, but when you and Digger get married at a Tim Hortons, who's going to be laughing? All of you guys, because we won't get married at a Tim Hortons. If you wanna get Digger to start yelling at you about the betrayal of her country and one of the innocuous ways it began, just ask her to recite the history of Tim Hortons and their coffee. But just there you go. So I can guarantee you, it definitely won't be a Tim Hortons. It won't be a Tim Hortons. It won't be any place that serves seafood. So we're pretty much down to Domino's. Does Domino's have like a dining in option? Because I'm not doing Burger King. And I'm not doing McDonald's. So you are wrong, Wild Saffron. I mean, you could, Richard, I guess, if you wanted to. Oh, she doesn't even call it Tim Hortons. She calls it Sing Hortons. LOL's Domino's could work. See, she's sold on the Domino's. Because then you can have them cater it with all of the stuff. They have the sandwiches and then the pastas as well as the pizzas. And not to mention the brownies and the lava cakes. Spoiler, I officially say if you get lava cakes at Domino's, the regular like fudge lava cakes, you hate life. But if you get the s'mores lava cakes, oh my God, that's like cheating. It should kill you if you have too many of them. You should have like a punch card. And once you've hit your maximum, you die because that's just, oh my God, they're good. So she ordered a successful groom and they got her order wrong. You say that, Rexstart parody account, but hey, I'll say this. It has a job. Looks like he was the manager. So how successful are we talking? Plus, he comes home with free McDonald's all the time, you know? Just fucking bring it home. Arby's is a go, says McRae. Oh, Arby's. I mean, I like Arby's, but I don't know that I want to get married there. I just feel like getting married at a fast food restaurant as a whole is just a problem because you're going to have people, again, who showed up just to get food. Like I don't want party crashers. Like, all right, and here we are gathered today to celebrate the union of Digger 420 and Johnny the useless cripple. And then all somebody if anyone has a reason why these two should not be wed, speak now or forever hold your peace. Yeah, can I get a number 5 with extra fries? Oh, sorry, dude. I'm on my lunch break. I got to make this work. I don't want my wedding nuptials interrupted by that. Plus, you can't get any good privacy because all the bathrooms are public. So, how are we supposed to bang one out? You know what I mean? They have all the meats, Johnny. I know. Well, I got hitched at the courthouse and had our reception at my dad's house. So there's that. See, that sounds nicer and more wholesome to me. That sounds nicer and more wholesome. You guys didn't want to have the big fucking thing, so you got the legal part done at the courthouse, and then you had the party part in a place you wanted to have the party. That's way better, miles above, well, let's get married at McDonald's. Because keep in mind, all the work that they put into getting married at McDonald's, they could have put into getting married literally anywhere else. They're going to be bringing their own food. Could have gone anywhere else. Is chromosomes a valid response, says Balls Deep, for why you did it that way? I guess. Wendy's wasn't invited. It was his first job. Oh! And she's never supported their relationship. She just doesn't want to see him happy, the cunt. This is for you, Wendy. Oh, it doesn't play anymore? Oh, now it works.
You're a cunt.
I got married at 17. Father-in-law married us by shotgun. Well, I mean, that's still better and more wholesome. My stepson went to church for his wedding. The reception was in the horse barn. We might have spent $3,500, and that was on food and everything. Right, but I'm saying with what they spent to have it at McDonald's, they could have had it literally anywhere else. It's got to be like Digger or somebody else said. It's got to be a special place to them. It's the only way it works. It's something for you that you like. It's something that you have. It's for you. I heard if you get married at a Chuck E. Cheese, the arcade games are free. Sold. Digger, do you have a Chuck E. Cheese in your neck of the woods? Because I think we have one here. So... just doing it for all the free video game tokens. Wedding night, she gets his special sauce. Yeah, she does. And she double dips. Digger saying, I'm thinking a winter wedding. Wendy's isn't the worst choice if it has to be fast food. Oh, Digger saying Chuck E. Cheese left Canada or I'd do it. Aw. So we were on there. There's one in Maple Grove. I could have swore we had one in... could have swore there's one in St. Cloud. Chuck E. Cheese restaurant chain. Chuck E. Cheese in St. Cloud. There is one in St. Cloud. So there you go. There is one 9 minutes from here. I have one in a ridiculously close radius. So there you go. We found it. Chuck E. Cheese exists and it's in St. Cloud. Just in case. We'll see, man, if I get to it. Let's go grab those here. Boop, 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 boom. That's our first hour stuff done. So we have our second hour stories still to do. Oh, God. Amy Klobuchar saying she's going to be a transformative governor after the primary win. I don't know if I want to go with that. Oh, it's so disappointing. But you knew Klobuchar was going to win. There's no denying it. We've got our video of our shock attack. No, shut up and wait. Wait your damn turn, woman. You could roll out there, Johnny. Roll out where? What? I will get my online degree in officiates as fiery. I don't know. I feel like Digger's got very specific tastes. I don't know if we're even... I assumed we were going to have to go to a church. I thought that would be a thing. And then she also said that she wasn't opposed to just, again, doing the get married at the courthouse, have a party. Which I'm all for also. Like, makes it way easier. Don't got to get all dressed up. Wild Saffron saying, Digger, you could pull Johnny on a sled behind a snowmobile. Wild Saffron saying winter weddings like an ice fishing shanty. Again, now we're getting too elaborate. Mike Lindell got fizzucked. We're going to fight that shit to the bitter end, says Rusty Grammar. I don't know if he got fizzucked or not. I haven't heard enough about how he was. I wouldn't be surprised, but also at the same rate, do you really think you really think the establishment would let that happen the same way they wouldn't let loser Francine McCong, whatever they fucking face was in Wisconsin. Mowage go full Princess Bride. That sounds like a lot. I mean, if we're doing full Princess Bride, do we all got to dress up? Do we have to play a different character? I don't want to bother. I don't think I can. I don't think I can get dressed up for that. Well, la-dee-da, Ice Fishing Shanty 2. Fancy, eh? I mean, it would be fancier than McDonald's. I'm just surprised that they wanted to have it at a fast food restaurant. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You got to have too many people. Like, do you have to have, like, signs on the doors warning this McDonald's is out of... like, you can only use the drive-thru for so many hours? Like, that's the other thing, too. Did you have people in the back still making food? What's going on? I don't think so. Wov, sweet Wov, says Digger. I mean, yeah, she's on board. You tell her that, like, go full Princess Bride. She's up. She's 3 steps ahead of you. Spent an entire summer building up a resistance to iocane powder. All right. Anyways, we have actual stories left to get into, and then there's this other soccer thing. If I don't Yeah, I don't know that I care. We'll see. But yeah, so Amy Klobuchar won the primary for the Democratic race, I guess. And so she's running for that, obviously, against what's the name of the ass fuck that beat Lindell? Anyhow, so she's probably going to win it just because of the way they've got it set up in general. I don't see anyone beating Amy Klobuchar. I don't know if we want to give her speech the thing a couple minutes, I guess.
This is Bobby from St. Cloud
there's an
Subaru.
ad
Summer's
first.
in full swing.
This is Bobby from St. Cloud Subaru busting into this video unannounced like a guy that's, kind of a dick. I was about to say something really mean. I didn't want to. Lisa DeMuth, thank you for reminding me. Yes, Lisa DeMuth. So it's Lisa DeMuth versus Amy Klobuchar. I don't think DeMuth is going to beat Klobuchar. I'll tell you this. I would have voted for Lindell if he was up on it. Like, Rusty says they're fighting it. But I'll tell you this. I would totally vote for Mike Lindell just because.
Up in big numbers this
All right,
year.
let me pause this.
Thank you for putting your trust in.
Dear Lord. She's going to thank you for putting your trust in me. Nobody did. You probably stole it. But nobody's putting their trust in you.
Me to be the next governor of the state of Minnesota. Trust is not given.
Right, and you'd go a long way towards earning it if you could do that thing that your previous two Democratic predecessors didn't do, and that's not be a corrupt piece of shit and sell us out to Somalia. That would be a big step. Could you? Thanks.
It's earned. That trust comes with an expectation, which is results. Results that you can see and feel in your life. Results in making life more affordable, making our government work, and getting rid of the fraud. Results.
All right. So I've got one thing you can do to accomplish a majority of those three different things that you asked for. One option. You want to know what it is? Deport all of the fucking Somalians. If you get rid of those people, you will see costs come down for living in this state. You will see fraud go down. Guaranteed. You will also see a voting block that you guys kind of benefit from, both financially from taking money from the fraudsters and from the whole they vote for you thing. But that part, I don't know that you want to own up to. But the rest of it, again, one thing. You literally do one thing. You just revoke the U.S. citizenship of every ass Somalian in here. And when people say, that's not fair, that's not nice. No, it's not. And we wouldn't have had to do this if these people would have policed themselves and behaved better. But they don't, and they won't. So, time to send them all packing. Cat is running all over. You okay, Tag? You just post-meal kitty crazies? Come here, Tag. You know, if you'd come over here, we could have you on the show. Come here. Come here, Tag. I'm watching my steak get turned into an... see you later. Oh, you saucy little tease.
Results in expanding our economy with a growth agenda. Results that will
And she ran off.
transform our government. And yes, I will be a transformative governor.
A transformative governor. I don't believe you're going to be a transformative governor. I think you're going to be a governor who supports trans people. Which, by the way, I'm not for. So again, you're not representing your state. You're representing the crazies in the state. But all right. I just got a call from Spectrum. I got a number from a specialist team now and another $25 credit I didn't have to ask for. That makes $60 total. I filled out a feedback email last week. Well, good for you. Good for you. Housing availability. Oh, fuck you, cunt. Well, you don't live here, St. Caesar. What do you care? But no, this trans something. Yeah, dude. It's not good. It's not good. I know she said she's going to crack down on the fraud, but what she meant by that is they're going to try to bury it as fast as they possibly can so they can continue taking the kickbacks from it.
Not afraid to take on the hard fights, especially when those fights are for you. And I have a record of winning hard fights. So I stand before you.
So
today.
take on the fight for me and people in the state that grew up here our whole lives and stop the goddamn foreigners. That would be great. But you're not going to take on that fight. A woman governor, it only keeps getting worse. I'm going to say this. White women don't have a good track history in here. They have more history of fucking things up than doing things.
Granddaughter of an iron ore miner who never got to graduate from high school. As a daughter.
So wait a minute. I have a higher degree of education than you? You're the daughter of an iron ore miner who never got to graduate from high school? Or is it your parents never graduated? So Lindell is APAC cucked? I mean, I don't think so. I would hope not. Thank you for the Freddie sound drop earlier. I got to hear it finally. Yeah, it's been a while. You got to hear, and it's Jimmy, not Freddie. But yeah, you're welcome.
Of a teacher and a newspaper man, and as the first woman elected to the United States Senate from the state of Minnesota.
Cool. So you were a lady while you were the first lady to serve in the Senate. What about that says you're any good at your job, by the way? Just out of curiosity. I'm sorry, I have zero faith. I watched Tim Walz inherit a really bad situation to make it worse for his own personal gain, and I'm pretty much sure you're going to do the same damn thing. So, yeah, eat a cunt. She's going to be the Minnesota version of Gretchen Whitmore. Yep, that's pretty much how I feel. I wouldn't be surprised if this lady, like, totally participated in a plot with the Minnesota Bureau of the FBI to literally frame members of her state. Just so they can go see all these dangerous white men. It's not the Somalians.
And with your support, the first woman elected to the governor of Minnesota.
Great. Yeah, you won't suck at that job at all. I didn't think we could do worse than Walz. I don't want her to win, but I don't think Lisa DeMuth is going to beat her. I don't think Lisa DeMuth is any better. And Johnny, he's a Trump buddy. Of course, he's APAC. You silly ribtard. Retard. Oh. Lindell is APAC cucked. Oh, I thought you meant like APAC cucked, like APAC paid somebody to beat him. If they put money into Mike Lindell, dude. Bruv, what the fuck? Mike Lindell lost to a mulatto. LMFAO. Yep. So I guess I misread the APAC cucked thing, and so that's what you get. Was she the first woman to be in the Senate in like 1960 or something? No. The first woman from Minnesota. Much like the Guinness World Records, politicians will always proudly proclaim the first person to achieve political office of whatever group. So since the first white man is gone, you're never the first white man. Since the first New Yorker, whatever, it cuts out. So like if I was running, for example, just to give you an example, I'd be like, I am the first Polish American descendant of immigrants to run for office in Minnesota, like that kind of a deal. And if Polish was gone, I'd have to be like, the first Polish Lithuanian with a half-adopted mother who's 1% Japanese. Like, you'll just keep refining it so it's you that's unique in the first. And you're not one of many, you're the newest. No, you're the best and the first. What's an APAC cuck thing? Lindell is APAC cucked, is what Labglass said. I mistook that for meaning he meant like APAC was paying DeMuth to undercut him. And then, yeah, just Crippy Boy. Why are we calling me Crippy Boy? I'm confused. Los Federales, a Hebrew-loving person because of the money. Well, if they threw in for Mike Lindell, they certainly didn't get their money's worth. Mike Lindell got torpedoed. It's Lisa DeMuth versus that lady, Amy Klobuchar. And I do not want Amy Klobuchar to win. I'm going to make sure to vote just so I can vote for Lisa DeMuth, so it's not Amy Klobuchar, even though I know that's not really going to change much. First cripple. Ooh, there you go. I'm the first crippy boy. The first crippled Minnesota. The first crippled person to run for Minnesota office. The first person with MS in Minnesota to run for office. Whatever. That's the way you would do it. St. Aaron, thanks for reminding me you're a woman. Your tits wasn't noticeable. Glad being a woman makes you qualified. Oh, wait, it doesn't. Just sign bills with your pink pen. Yeah, that's, again, like, I've a huge track record of being a woman and a politician, like, right? Great. And again, if you, I'll be the first person to apologize. I'm stammering and stuttering today. What's wrong with me? I'll be the first person to apologize if she really does crack down on all the fraud. If you start arresting these Somalians, make them pay back all the money, you know, pretty much the same, and give them ridiculously long prison sentences, the same thing you did to the lady at the front of this thing, the one white person we had in this. If you punish all of them to her same standard, then we're good. I don't want you to go any easier on her. I want you to go harder on all the rest of them. None of this like you stole $3 million, so you have to pay back 1.2. Like, no, you have to pay back $3 million. You fraudulently stole $3 million from this country and this government. You have to pay that money back. You have to go to jail. You have to be held to account. And if you can't pay the money back, here's my thing. If we can't get the money back, I want executions. I'm just saying. I'm saying if you've defrauded this state, if you owe millions of dollars through some sort of Medicare, Medicaid fraud scheme, you have to pay back every cent. And if you've sent any of it overseas into your fucking Kenya mansions or over to some terrorist group or whatever in Somalia, it doesn't matter. I don't care. If you can't pay back the money, then guess what? It's razor board time. It's time to set you up for a guillotine. It's time to step in front of the firing squad, jump into the wood chipper. Doesn't really matter to me, but you don't get to keep going if you don't pay back the money. And after we're done doing that in Minnesota, I'd love it if the country as a whole did that to Ukraine. Pay back the money or we take it out of you. That's it. Lisa DeMuth is a fake Republican, which is why she won't win, Mr. Q. But I don't want that. This is a classic case of I don't want either of these two people to be in charge. Johnny can't run, says Randall Flagg. Oh, dear God, Wild Saffron. Digger, now that you're home, I wanted to share the sad news. Jackie the mommy eagle has died. What the heck happened? In Michigan, we can choose between a traitorous rhino or a witch from Whitmer's coven of cackling hags. Yeah, you're not going to live. If I lived in St. Cloud, I would have voted for Zach X, even though he's a fucking retarded loser. He's less of a retard than the establishment, city council, and the Somalis. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Zach X will fix that problem. For me personally, I don't. Does that help? Oh no, that sucks. What happened? Don't eagles mate for life? Poor dad. Yeah, I believe eagles mate for life. And yes, I also want to know. Wild Saffron, we've been watching the Big Bear Cam for a while. Like if Jackie's gone, what happened to Jackie? Now I'm curious. All right. We have this bit on our cases of cyclosporiasis. Is this about the deaths and not just the cases are dropping, but there's still alerts. We're still, oh my God, be worried. You can't trust the lettuce. I have had 0 bouts of explosive diarrhea, and we've had, like I said, literally 2 deaths this whole time. So, I mean, technically, this doesn't even rate Oregon Trail's level of dysentery death.
Well, the cyclosporiasis outbreak that has become one of the biggest foodborne illness outbreaks in U.S. history has now turned deadly. Apparently, 2 people have now died in Michigan.
So you put this on the story. You put this on the story. I'm gonna play this for a bit. You better cover this all. This is just the death part. Stop trying to scare me with this. This was weeks ago.
And both individuals had significant underlying health conditions also that may have been impacted by the cyclosporiasis
So in other words,
and dehydration. Those were the findings.
In other words,
Medical
they
correspondent
didn't
Dr.
die
Darian Sutton joins me now.
from cyclosporiasis.
So, as of last week, there were more than 18,000 cases in 45 states. So what do you think the chances are that we could see more deaths? Because we have reported that death from this is uncommon.
Incredibly uncommon, Kira. You know, outbreaks of cyclosporiasis have been occurring in the United States since the 1990s, but deaths are incredibly uncommon. And right now, this is believed to be the first reported deaths or fatalities linked to this infection. As for when we'll see the end of this, these seasons of cyclosporiasis outbreaks can go typically until the end of August.
Seasons? So I thought we get it from getting feces on the stuff. How is the stuff have a season? At any rate, the actual news story we grabbed, according to the most recent data, the cases have topped at 24,000 and they are slowly coming down. There are at least 13,895 laboratory confirmed cases, including 740 hospitalizations. So yeah, the cases are dropping, but the rate of increase appears to have slowed, with only about 2,000 more cases recorded over the last week. The previous week saw more than 22,000 cases recorded, a jump of over 10,000 from the week prior. So it's going down, it's decreasing, but when you click on it, all they do is they keep the video of 2 people died from it. So, 2 people have died. Yeah, a while ago. Two people died. Oh, dude, what? Carolyn Levitt just announced she's breaking news. Carolyn Levitt's leaving White House press secretary role. We might have a breaking news clip I gotta play. That banner popped up while I was sitting here. I ate the lettuce at Taco Bell. Now I got that taco smell. I don't know the jingle. I honestly, when I think of Taco Bell, I can't help but thinking of Rolling in the Deep Fried. Blowing up that bathroom like a stick of dynamite.
Have been issued for jalapenos and iceberg lettuce due to cases tied to salmonella and cyclosporiasis.
I want the White House press secretary thing. That's not actively responding to foodborne outbreaks. That's not the thing. So we just have this. White House press secretary Carolyn Levitt will leave her role at the end of the month so she can spend more time with her beautiful young children and family, President Donald Trump announced in a social media post on Wednesday. Why are we getting rid of Carolyn Levitt? Again, why did you make me...
At most Warby Parker stores.
This isn't... It's the same story you sent me to a minute ago. You lying douche canoes. All right, so I guess Carolyn Levitt's out. Best Taco Bell I had was in Osaka. I've eaten Taco John's a bunch, but I can't say I've had a lot of Taco Bell. I've gotten the like the Doritos Locos or whatever taco shells, and I've made my own tacos. I've had those. I've had the Dorito shells before, but St. Aaron, 2 people died. You could be next. Tune in at 11. Right? Like 2 people died a couple weeks ago from extenuating circumstances and this. Like this is once again like, well, they had other underlying health conditions. In other words, something else killed them. This just was part of the last piece of the puzzle. Like I said, Oregon Trail has a higher death record than this thing. Oregon Trail has made more people shit themselves to death. Like really, the real game has literally made more people shit themselves to death. I will get 6 booster shots to save my grandma, says Rusty Graham. You will? That's a lot. Good luck to you. I'm not getting any shots because people are pooping. Wild Saffron telling us apparently she got injured defending her territory, probably from Ravens. They tried for weeks to save her, but she never recovered. Rusty Grammar, I've been eating lettuce this entire time. What the fuck? Well, it hasn't happened to you then. I saw the Eagle News on Pretty Antisocial because the former co-host was also named Jackie. Oh. That's sad. Lock the country down now. Yep, people are shitting themselves. Lock down. Dr. Fauci, give us vaccines. Yep, we need vaccines. We need to do the whole thing. 2 people died of this. They kept trying to make this like it was a thing. I still don't know why it's still happening. I feel like if it's contact with human feces and it's getting into the production line, we just clean the production lines and stop shitting on the salad. That's the thing. It should not be a thing that we still have to deal with. It should be over by now. But now they're talking about its seasons like it's... They keep doing this with COVID. It's like, oh, well, the seasons of it. Like, oh, great. So now we have just shitting ourselves season. In other news, we've developed antibodies and survived cyclosporia. Now sports. Yeah. She said the N-word or something about the little hat people. Who are we talking about? Nevada and Wyoming are the only 2 states without a Taco Bell. 0.0000083% deaths of confirmed cases. This fiery podcast. Yeah, but we better lock everything down just to be safe. Just to be safe. You can't take any risks with this cyclosporia stuff. You don't want to shit yourself to death. Wild Saffron saying 220, 220, 220. Maybe in your neck of the woods, it's 320 here. We have an hour. We've got 1 hour left. Alrighty. What was Digger's idea? Now I gotta catch up with the chat. Let's see. Probably not a good idea. What's not a good idea today? I'm sorry. Wild Saffron. We have to watch to see if Shadow finds a new mate. That's sad. Poor Shadow. Yep, don't know what we're saying. Wyoming has Taco John's. Cool, great. Wyoming has Taco John's. I don't know why that's relevant. Who is the person who has to replace Dr. Fauci as the CDC guy? Because I haven't seen him at all where I used to see Fauci every freaking day. Well, that's because, Mr. Q, we're finding out Dr. Fauci really, and again, not by any, like all of this COVID stuff, not a conspiracy theory, not a, somebody on the far left or the far right came up with it. Nope, literally the people responsible for this shit, the ones responsible for it, could not keep out of the limelight, couldn't shut up, and couldn't write down and admit to everything that we said that was a conspiracy theory before. Pretty much all of it, everything you thought was crazy was completely true. COVID lab leak. 6-foot distancing was bullshit. Masks didn't work. Vaccines were just a giveaway to the pharmacies. If we hadn't done a damn thing, we could have saved money and we would have been totally fine. Alrighty, so we have this story. It's a rip and read out of... Oh, wait, no, never mind. They have one of these little stupid, horrible wallpaper fucking view versions of the story. Teen takeovers have been a thing that people have been talking about. We were talking about a story here the other day about how teen takeovers, one person in Baltimore apparently was setting out bags that said teen takeovers should result in teen chain gangs. Now, regardless of what you feel about that person's First Amendment right to free speech and freedom of expression, they didn't say anything wrong or inappropriate. But because the intent was negative, implying that these people should be arrested and punished, somebody immediately followed, and by that somebody, I mean the Baltimore police, immediately followed with calling it a hate crime and started searching for the perpetrator of the hate crime. Well, so if that's to be believed as a hate crime, then teen is code for black. And in Charlotte now, the police are saying they want to enforce 9 a.m. curfews to crack down on teen takeovers. Oh, fuck you. I unmuted.
City leaders in Charlotte, North concerns about misbehaving teenagers have prompted city leaders in Charlotte, North Carolina to consider a strict new curfew for minors. The 9 p.m. curfew would apply to everyone under 18. Police chief says it's another tool to get teens who are bad actors under control. Critics argue it would criminalize.
You know what? Critics argue it would criminalize. Yeah, dude, it is. But here's our problem. Because we don't actually treat criminals like criminals, they just keep behaving badly. How the fuck is that a hate crime, says Hablopachenko? It isn't, Hablopachenko. It isn't. It's literally somebody who's like, I see these people behaving badly and I don't care about their skin tone, but they should be held accountable and punished. And so they say things like teen takeovers should result in teen chain gangs. It's not even a crime. At best, it's a dick thing to say. And the guy put it out in Ziploc bags, notes in Ziploc bags weighed down with a little bit of gravel in front of storefronts. And oh my God, everybody was so upset about this horrible message. And it's like, you guys, you're saying the quiet part out loud when you say this is a hate crime because it's racial prejudice. Then you're saying that teens is your code for black. That's what you're saying. Either way, regardless of whether they actually mean teens or black people, this 9 a.m. curfew, yeah, it'll kind of criminalize being out after 9 as a teenager. But what else can we do? Nothing else is working. You know what would help a lot? If we punished the criminals and then didn't let them back out again. I feel like if we treated criminals like, because we have a lot of things that have really kind of encouraged this stuff where we've like, oh, shoplifting is fine up to a certain dollar amount. We don't want to punish criminals because they're just down on their luck. So then we'll just let them right back out. We don't keep them incarcerated. The police just want to justify arresting white children. Yeah, I guess that's probably true. Probably true. That's the way it'll go. As long as they arrest all of them, I don't care. I just don't feel like your skin color shouldn't get you out of the criminal act. If you committed a criminal act, you should be held accountable.
A vote is expected soon. The proposal comes as cities nationwide struggle with so-called teen takeovers, often planned on social media, in which crowds of young people converge on malls, beaches, and other areas.
Dear Lord, stop it with the face fucking me with an ad the minute we get done with a story. Jesus. That's why we love at Hablopachenko. He's a real one. They need to learn proper men by spending time with their dad. Oh, yeah, never mind. If you want to see what the effect, if the internet has been and how has affected our society, just look at our youth. It's pathetic. Yeah, I would agree. That is, I am not happy with the fact that my daughter is obsessed with screen time. I'm trying to curtail it. We try to curve it in other ways. She goes through fits, so there's periods where even she taps out. She loves doing things like puzzles and other stuff, so that's all well and good, but it's just, she loves her screen time, she loves her shows, and it's just, oh no. The goal of law enforcement is to create an environment conducive to the expression of any latent criminality. I mean, okay. Well, if that's your goal, doing a pretty shitty job. Because they don't have any problem expressing their criminality. It just seems like they're of the opinion they can't arrest us all. Let's fucking go. And they're all out. They all show up. Fucking TikTok. A curfew is not going to stop this because they can't arrest everybody. See, that's what I'm saying, Mr. Q. They have the I can't get arrested because if we all run, I just have to be faster than you. And that's all they'll do. And they'll still do it. Plus, thanks to our lovely, we were just talking about this, thanks to all of our lovely COVID bullshit, it's now God, I can't speak to it. It's now sociologically acceptable to walk around wearing a face mask. It's not a way to go. Hablopachenko, Los Federales, and I are the Monfong gang. Okay, I don't know what that means. I quit setting goals many moons ago. That way I never fail. Well, there you go. The cops here in Texas implemented a 10 p.m. curfew, and they require adults over 21 to chaperone, and boatloads of people are getting arrested here. Okay, so Hablopachenko saying the way they're going to do it in Charlottesville, like it sounds like it'll be Texas, but an hour earlier. So you'll get arrested at 9 in Charlottesville. So you have to bail from Charlottesville to head to Texas. But then after that, you got to keep going further west to avoid the sun if you want to be free. Good morning, Johnny, says Alan. Well, it's not morning here, but good morning to you. I don't know if you were here yesterday, Alan, but Our Lady of Canada Digger, she's not here today because she's had a lot of personal stuff. She's just getting back home from dealing with all of her hospital stuff. And so, yeah, she's doing well, and we're wishing her a well recovery. Good to see you guys. LOL's tongue-tied much. It's just, it is what it is. I can't control that it's getting worse. It's just what it is. What it is, what it is. Alrighty, so we've got this video about a new land speed record. One of the few records I respect is when someone does something with a land speed record. Because, like, you have to build a vehicle. You have to put time, energy, money. And there's a real risk because, like, when you're racing on a salt flat, if this goes wrong, you're probably dead. Because you're setting a land speed record, so you're going as fast as you possibly can while attached to the ground. At a certain point, you have to actually fight the mechanisms of physics that produce lift, just so you stay stuck to the ground. So we have a driver hitting 406 miles per hour. I don't know what that is in kph, Digger, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I missed yesterday's stream. Hi, Digger. How are you today? Yeah. Yeah, she's back home. Although I'm sure she can share all that with you. Let's unmute this and do this and then do this over here. Again, driver hitting 406 miles per hour. Oh, man. That's got to be fun. Wouldn't you want to go on that ride? I'd want to go on that ride. 406 miles per hour? Fuck yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know if you get in a plane, you can fly that speed or faster, whatever. But you're not going to feel it and see it quite as much as you will when you're on the ground. Low to the ground. You'll just feel that stuff flying by you. It'd be like being in a spaceship. That'd be great. Oh, just to have a giant open space, drop the hammer and hit it. Nothing here. There's a Chinese electric car that has a higher record than that, says Los Federales. Ooh, send me a video if you have it. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that one if you've got it. In case we need me off the screen.
This morning, the fastest man on wheels has done it again, this time powered by hydrogen.
Okay, so hydrogen, does it matter if it's electric?
British driver Andy Green hit 406 miles per hour on Utah's Bonneville Salt Flats, a world record for a hydrogen-powered car, easily shattering the old record. The retired fighter pilot is the only person ever to break the sound barrier in a car, setting the all-time land speed record in 1997. But this time, his 32-foot car burned hydrogen, using engines adapted from construction equipment.
You burn hydrogen, water comes out of the exhaust. It doesn't get any cleaner than that.
It comes as many look to alternative fuel sources amid rising gas prices. But hydrogen has its fair share of skeptics. One problem? Most of it is currently made from fossil fuels, so it's only as clean as its source. Elon Musk has been criticizing hydrogen power for more than a decade.
Hydrogen is an energy storage mechanism. It's not a source of energy. So you have to get that hydrogen from somewhere. It's just very difficult to make hydrogen and store it and use it in a car.
Green.
Okay. It's difficult to do that. Apparently it can be done, though. Because this dude did it, and he went 406. What's his the fastest land speed record? And he did that with what? Like a jet engine? Los Federales, my bad. The electric car only did 308. Yeah, I was surprised when you're saying electric car went faster than that, but I would be willing to look at it. Oh, here's the video anyway. Yeah, we'll check that out in a minute.
Sees it differently.
Thank you.
Arguing anyone with sunshine and water can make their own fuel.
It is the first of a new breed of vehicle.
Dude, don't get me wrong, but if you're really honest that it's that easy, anyone with sunshine and water can make their own fuel, I got bad news for you. You're going to have a real bad time real soon. You're going to disappear real quick.
As for Green's all-time speed record, which was 763 miles per hour in a jet-powered vehicle, no one has even come close to breaking that.
Dude, again, sign me up for that ride. 763 miles per hour? Oh my God, sign me up for that ride. All right, this is a longer video. It seems like this one's got a lot more fanfare to it. So we'll... Really? Am I getting trolled right now? Am I getting trolled? You're trolling me, aren't you, Los Federales? This is a troll. This isn't real. You're fucking with me. This is not... You did not send... You are not telling me that the manufacturer of the fastest electric car is a Chinese company called Yangwang. Yangwang. It's got to be a goof, right? Yangwang. The thing's named Yangwang? Are we just loosening up the tires? Why are we swiveling back and forth? Is this to see how it feels while it's driving really fast? Ooh, it's got a little dragon tail. Go, go, row your boat. And there we go. Nope, up and down, up and down. I haven't broken two. Now we're gonna hit some big acceleration. Hot diggity dog. Any second now. Why are you swerving left and right? Yeah, I think you'd want to be holding relative. Okay, yeah, now you're holding steady. $240. This is pretty awesome. $260. Yeah, you gotta use a banked oval in order to pull this stuff up. $290. The car just blows up. 300. Oh my God, that's crazy. $362. 436. You were saying he didn't get up to 308, man. Oh, that's kilometers per hour. No wonder why kilometers per hour. It's way more impressive as kilometers. God damn it. Warming the tires for grip. That's kind of what I figured. It's a new version of Kit from Knight Rider. Haters is going to say this is AI. Dude, I'm going to say this right now. I have trouble believing that there's a company named Yangwang. There's a company named Yangwang? Really? Yangwang. I'm going to also say this, going back to this. This thing looks like, what the fuck is this? Is this where you're supposed to plug in the flux capacitor? Jesus Christ. The car has also got a reinforced carbon fiber, whatever, roll cage from the looks of things. It looks like it's very minimalist. You got wires and cables and shit. That's just taped on there. That looks real. That looks real professional with the duct tape. I don't know if this car is impressive or not. I am saying this. I would want to own one just to say my car's a Yangwang. I drive a Yangwang. It's a little Yangwang, but it gets the job done. They are called clicks, Johnny. Well, they are not impressive. St. Aaron, I refuse to pronounce that company's name. It sounds racist. It does, but that's their name, Yangwang. I'm not making it up. Yangwang. And they made a car that goes 308 miles per hour. So 100 kilometers. They were doing 60. It's way less impressive. That's way less impressive. I mean, when you look at it on the kilometers per hour, it's like you're up to 600 or 700. It's crazy. Alan, I drive a Wang Wang. I drive a Wang Wang. It is my thing. No, Yang Wang I officially, I'm not an electric car person. I was talking with my mom about this very thing earlier today, and I was saying I don't like electric cars. I don't trust them, the auto drive feature. And she was telling me how, well, your father is like, it's a computer on the car, and he loves it. And she was talking about the pluses of it. And I was telling her how I didn't like the feature. And she said that it screws up from time to time, and that people shouldn't just let it drive and assume that it's going to do everything. You got to be ready to take control because it does screw up from time to time. To which I told her, yeah, but people are too dumb to care. We've had people who literally thought that cruise control was an autopilot feature. And there's an infamous story of a man who had an RV who put on the quote-unquote autopilot feature and got up to go use the restroom. Found out that RV doesn't steer itself. Didn't go his way. I'm Yang Wang. My Wang later, Johnny. Okay. I've heard a lot of women are disappointed in Yang's Wang. I mean, I feel like you don't get laid like you get laid unless you have a Yang Wang. Like, you pull up in a Yang Wang, you're gonna pick up your choice to the ladies. Like, because they know that that's not a cheap car. Anyone who's got a Yang Wang's got cash. And so, you know, the money-grubbing ones, the gold diggers, will immediately fall for you because of your Yang Wang. My Yang Wang's black. I hope you don't mind. Fuck me. Again, I have trouble believing that this is real. The name of the company is Yang Wang. Yang Wang. Fuck me. I don't care if they didn't break any records. The company car is Yang Wang. It's great. It's great. I'm all for it. I am all for it. But yes, so land speed record in a hydrogen powered vehicle. I thought it was like a new land speed record, less impressed. But a hydrogen powered vehicle, like I said, if he can make his hydrogen powered racer and he's going to start promoting like, oh, and everybody can just go make hydrogen powered cars. Yeah. Watch the automotive industry come find you and fucking kill you in your sleep. Alrighty, let's catch up over here on the chat. Phew, I swear I'll do better from here on out. On what? Yang Wang, LMFAO. Yeah, dude. That's the H in H2O. It's not rare. Seriously got out of the hospital. Can't even. Lab Glass seriously just got out of the hospital. Can't even show up for work. Oh. Now I'm going all the way back. It's racist to assume they're all black. Oh, I've been riding a diluted. Okay, so you've had an interesting medication for you. 100% sober is the new high, says Dicker. Diluted is cool. They can't even give you like. Well, I mean, got to be clear. Tylenol 3s. There you go. Seriously, just got out of the hospital. Can't even show up for work. I mean, I wouldn't work today if I were her. I wouldn't ask her to jump online. That'd be wrong. I expected she'd be taking some time off. The other hospital chipped my tooth while intubating me. She specifically warned me that, oh, I'm sorry, this is cross-check. I keep getting distracted with the crosstalk happening in the Rumble chat. So, hydrogen engines are not new. The concept of nat gas engines predated the diesel. Diesels cannot be matched in torque, says Atomic Ray. Right, but there's been this weird trend of like people that promote like hydrogen engines and things like that. Especially if they can build working models of cars that function in these ways, they weirdly disappear. It's like a conspiracy. It's like there's like a cabal of oil companies and automotive companies and all of their like affiliated industries, and there's just parts and everything else, and it's just a lot of that goes out the window if all of a sudden people can make their own cars that work on their own fuels. And so yeah, craziest speed video is this one, the Nuremberg Electric World Record. See, my problem is I don't know if I'll get in trouble for playing all of these YouTube videos. This is the Yang Wang 308 miles per hour. 496 kph. We just played this video. Oh, wait. No, it isn't. I clicked the wrong link. The chat didn't scroll. Porsche 919 Turbo Tour. Okay. Where's the part where he's going to hit? Now, is this kilometers? This has got to be kilometers. I guarantee you this is fucking kilometers. So, to hit, well, I don't even know what it was, but either way. But he's on a road course, so it's not like you can just drop it and go out. You got to fucking, you're going to have to ditch some of your speed just to handle the turns. Yeah, that's fun. Oh, God, I didn't even have it on the whole time that I had it on here. You do get a lot of horsepower from a hydrogen engine to the atomic ray. Yeah, but like I said, it's not that you do or don't. It's just there's been people that have done this stuff, and then we don't see or hear from them anymore. It's weird. It's weird. Anyways. No, let's not. We already played none of that for everybody. Let's leave it at that. Alrighty, let's go back over to this. We have a story out of Boston. This happened a day ago. They're like shark attacks are increasing. The sharks are attacking more in Boston. So we've got that. We'll go to that story. We've also got, what was this one? There's a lot of talk about this assassination attempt dodge that Donald Trump did by riding in a catering truck, and people are like, oh, what are you supposed to do? Like, if someone's planning to attack, if you think there's an imminent threat on board Air Force One, you shouldn't, and you get the president out, you shouldn't get everybody. If you get everybody out and warn everybody, like, you might as well just say, hey, over the loudspeakers, we know someone wants to attack the president. So I don't think it would work. For the Porsche video, it's more about the insane speed he's at when in turns and how quickly he gets to 300 kmph. Yeah. Isn't that kind of what the Porsche does, though? I mean, that's a 919. I'm thinking of like the classic 911 and stuff like that. But isn't that what a Porsche does? It's a little tiny car that solid frame can dump its speed and throw it back on and go. Like, isn't that, because that's what I love about the Lotus too, the Elise Exige. Just dump your speed and then you can throw it right back on. The sharks would eat all the women who kill their babies in Massachusetts. Oh, that is a scary law. It's a weird thing to kind of shoehorn in there, but that is a scary law. I consider this acceptable punishment. I don't think there is an acceptable punishment for that. Yeah. Up to the date is gross.
Wild new development tonight, and a story that we first brought you last week here on WBZ.
Pat Fargo saying there's not many hydrogen gas stations around. Right, but don't you have to figure out some way to just build your own device to separate the hydrogen out of the water? I don't know. What do you do? How do you get the hydrogen, I guess? Either way, I just know if we reach the goal tomorrow, I will give 1.5% of whatever we go towards Diggers GoFundMe recovery funds. Well, thanks, Steel Toe Morning Show, because you're totally not the Steel Toe Morning Show. But yeah, you want to throw that at her? We'd appreciate it. Digger, you should link your pay links in the YouTube chat if you're listening. By the way, what the heck? The whole, I keep hearing about Trump switching planes last second because of an Iranian threats or something like that. Yeah, that's what we're talking about with that story. We'll get to that in a minute. We'll cover this shark thing and we'll get to that here in just a second. and go.
At the unusual number of great white sharks spotted near a beach in Scarborough, Maine. Now, over the weekend, one of the beach's lifeguards was attacked by a shark. WBZ's Julie McDonald shows us what happened.
Attacked by a shark?
He escaped unharmed.
It was frightening. I'm not going to deny that.
Lifeguard Greg Wilford was with other lifeguards swimming out on shark patrol when a shark pulled him underwater and dragged him by the strap of his rescue buoy.
I was pulled under about 5 feet, and I thought I was caught in the propeller of a boat, because that's the only thing I could think of until I realized there was no boat.
That's when he knew a shark had pulled him under.
And all I did is pull off the strap and get to the surface and swim as fast as I could in.
Wilford immediately ordered the closure of Scarborough Beach to all swimmers. He reopened it an hour later after drones were put in the air to search for sharks, along with
Special Administrator saying the substrate used to store hydrogen is also used in nuclear weapons, so it's a highly controlled, huge problem. All right, well then, yeah, I guess Elon Musk was right. It's just infeasible.
with 2 lifeguards on a wave runner.
The drones are flying every half hour. They're going up. And when they spot one, we send the jet ski over, and the sharks don't like the jet ski.
This beach is still on a red and yellow alert and will stay that way until sharks are no longer in the area. Over the week.
But didn't he do his job, though? He was patrolling for sharks. He found one. Like, he succeeded. So you found one right then and there. You have your shark. You have your sharks. You don't need to worry about it. Why you found the shark? I'm sure the shark will leave now that he got bought and pulled down. Paylinks. Okay, buy me a coffee. Yep, there we go. These people all have really bad hair. Well, that guy, maybe that guy. That guy looked like he was like a Hulk Hogan actor for way back, like his stunt double for what was it, Suburban Commando.
And at least a dozen sharks, including great whites, were spotted off Pine Point, Scarborough Beach, and Higgins Beach.
Usually we'll see 1 or 2 here and there. This is a large volume, larger than I've seen, and I've worked this area for 30 plus years.
Julie McDonald, WBZ News.
All righty, so there you go. That happened. He got attacked by a shark. I looked at the full interview. It's like 9.5 minutes. It is a lot. It is a lot to go through, so I am not a big fan of that one, so we'll close that out there. We'll get to the Trump thing in just a second. I see a whale, says Matthew Q. Come on now. Yeah, that might be okay, I guess. You have to make your rules for you. And as Wild Saffron said, just don't overdo it. You need to heal. Wait, a grandpa lifeguard? Yeah, he was the head of the lifeguards. Apparently, dude, like, you can mock grandpa all you want, but he's apparently a strong swimmer. He was swimming out past the buoys, and then a shark grabbed onto his rescue drum thing and pulled him underwater. He undid the strap to that, and then he bailed. The shark changed its mind, and then everybody survived. But yeah, he was out past the buoys, rolling in the deep, in the water he shouldn't have been in, and he found the shark. Like I said, you did a good job, buddy. You found the shark. That's why I don't ever want to swim on, like, coastal beaches. Coastal beaches and swimming out in coastal waters, it's just, I mean, I could, but I'm definitely not. I'm going to be weighted into the hips. Sit down at my hip level. I'm going to just like cankle level deep. That's how I go. I need to be able to stand up and my knees aren't wet. Like, that's how we're at. Small hoots, I'll be careful. I'll do it before I take off the bandages too, just to be safe. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Probably a good idea. All right, so this is the thing that I was talking about and someone else was mentioning. There was apparently a threat of assassination from Iranians, supposedly, and Donald Trump was snuck off of Air Force One in a catering truck because they believed of a threat of assassination. So we'll go to this. This is the one that happened the most recent. I know that they left Turkey in a hurry because of that, again, a supposed threat. Oh, where's the fucking mute?
Off Air Force One in a catering truck due to a possible assassination threat. The US president adamant he was at greater risk than those he left behind on the decoy plane.
Right. Than those you left behind. So yeah, if they blew up the plane and everybody on it, but they didn't get you at least.
Initial reports of the plane switch had been dismissed by the White House as fake news. Now, the president himself has confirmed them.
Can you tell us about your ride on the airport catering truck in Turkey? Why did you need to do that?
Well, it's only up to Secret Service. I just follow what they'd like to do.
The incident came at the end of last month's NATO summit in Turkey, as Trump, entourage and press were about to fly out on Air Force One. Veteran White House journalists spotted something odd after Trump climbed the stairs.
I looked up, and for the first time I saw catering vehicles up against Air Force One. I have never seen that before.
What they didn't know was that after boarding, the president had secretly climbed into the catering vehicle and was driven across the tarmac to a backup plane, an Air Force C-32A, which he flew on separately and in secrecy. He rejoined Air Force One in the UK, giving no indication he hadn't been flying with them. Reportedly, the ruse was a response to US intelligence that Iran was planning a missile attack on Air Force One, meaning while
So they were going to fire a missile while you're in Turkey? Do they have missiles that go that far? They were going to fire missiles at you while you were in Turkey, leaving for Air Force One. But so you bailed and went to the other plane. How would that have prevented the attack? So you wanted them to think the attack would work? So all we would lose is some reporters. Big deal. Well, reporters, entourage, pretty much everyone but Trump was left on the plane.
the president was on his own flight, senior administration figures such as the Secretary of State and Treasury Secretary and the White House press corps were effectively left as decoys on a possible flying target.
I don't know how I feel about this. Press corps, mixed feelings. But you're telling me you're going to get Rubio? All right. Look, I'm not saying I want it to happen, but I'm saying if it did, I don't feel bad. Like, was J.D. Vance on the flight? J.D. Vance is on a different... J.D. Vance flies on a different airplane, I believe. I believe the vice president has their own airplane. Air Force Two, maybe. I don't think the two fly on the same plane for specifically this reason. And then saying, Caesar, this smells like fake news to me. Trump dismissed it as fake news. It's now a public fact. Trump admitted to it. The Secret Service did this. It's not fake news. The attack from Iran might be fake news. They might be trying to drum up, because it's awfully convenient. We're hearing about this attack from Iran a month ago. Now that people are even less in support of the war, and supposedly the Iranian regime has publicly declared they will not work with this administration. So, I mean, that could be the thing. They could be trying to fake it for that. But either way, they're publicly saying it happened. But this was called out a while ago, and Donald Trump said it was fake news. The White House called it fake news. It's now not. So either Trump was lying then or he's lying now, but that's on him.
Why was it too dangerous for you to fly on Air Force One, but not too dangerous for the
think
press?
actually the plane that I flew on was at greater risk.
Why do you say that?
Why would the plane that you're on be at greater risk if nobody knew you were on it? They wouldn't know to target that plane, because if they did, the Secret Service wouldn't have pulled this bull in the first place.
An unprecedented way to cater for a security threat.
Oh, fuck you and your news puns. I'm sure Trump isn't the first to pull a bait and switch. He was just caught. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not blaming him, whatever. That's probably, like he said, this was the ideas of the Secret Service when addressing how to avoid this possible threat. And that's how they did it. I heard they were trying to shoot him down with a rocket launcher in his airplane way back 4 years ago before the election. That's probably why the CNN reporter decided to leave. She was probably on the plane. Well, either way, I don't know if they... Who are you saying tried to shoot him down with a rocket launcher 2 years ago, Mr. Q? Either way, that doesn't matter. It's not what this is. This is something else. Again, supposedly an Iranian missile attack. A lot of people were pissed that Donald Trump left those people to be like, again, human decoys. But it wasn't like it was his decision. And also, you can't subtly, quietly, nobody will find out, empty everyone else off the plane. And if you move everyone to a different plane, that plane becomes the target. The only way this works is the way they did it. Nobody knew Trump was on the other plane. Trump told us Iran was out of missiles. Well, obviously the Secret Service didn't listen. They thought this was a credible threat, and they had to do something about it. A credible threat to national security. Let's go... Where is it? That's our hour 2 stuff. We cleared out a lot of stuff. Nice. So our hour 2 out the window. We got 30 minutes left in the program. Thank you for being here and supporting the program. We have like $35 on Tuesday the 18th for our goal. So if you want to throw anything in Venmo, PayPal, Streamlabs, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, they all count. It all works. What should we do for the Canada fish rotting? Or no, we got to do the Duck Derby fundraiser. So no, let's do a bunch of these. It's only 4. All right. Boom, 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 boom. And then that seems like the end of the era. All right. Oh, I did this twice. And it's one story. So let's get to the first one. There's a decades-old rotting fish sauce from an abandoned factory in where is this? This is in Newfoundland. Oh my dear God, this can't be.
This
This is what people are like, dude, why do you have trouble eating kippers? I don't know, because I think of stuff like this. Look at that. Oh, dear Lord. Oh, God, look at that. That's like, that's old rotting fish sauce. Oh.
This putrid sludge is finally leaving town.
This is capelin and salt fermented and sitting in vats for 20 years.
The first truckload of rotting fish sauce ingredients abandoned decades ago is now being hauled away.
It was a bit emotional. A lot of time went into this project. Too much.
The smell has tormented people living in St. Mary's, Newfoundland for decades.
So wait a minute. This entire town just put up with the smell of rotting, decayed fish sauce for decades? Why save this as well as ever, right? The stuff is... You just didn't do it for decades. You didn't think to do anything about it. Oh, I'm sure it'll finally go away. When it all dissolves, when bacteria does its thing. Let's just wait it out. Secret Service is a bunch of tards. Don't raise suspicion. Hey, let's use a catering truck. Yeah, I will agree with you there. they didn't want to raise suspicion, but they did it in one of the most suspicious ways possible. So then maybe Donald was right, you know? Maybe he was the one facing a threat, and they weren't. Pab Fargo, that sneaky bastard. Yeah. Wild Saffron, they had it on the to-do list. They had it on the to-do list? Great. They didn't get it done fast enough. Dear Lord. Ugh. Just rotten fish. Ah.
I'm even known as the sauce plant mayor.
The Atlantic Seafood Sauce Company first opened in 1990 with the promise of economic prosperity. But a decade later, after legal and regulatory battles, the owner left the site abandoned.
And the people of St. Mary's can take their town back away from this fish sauce.
Over the years, there have been health and environmental concerns, and it's been a fight to get it cleaned up. The province now agreeing to foot the bill.
We couldn't be more proud than to be standing here today and watching this fish sauce leave this community.
But the smell could get worse before it gets better, as this cleanup process vacuums out 1 million liters of fermenting, rotting fish that's been baking in the sun for decades.
This is the finished product.
Crews are now adding peat to the liquid to help solidify it before trucking it to a nearby town, where it will get stored in these swimming pool-like landfills underground. Airtight, vacuum sealed.
Very, very
Sauce
happy.
waste solidified, now leaving site.
It's about time.
It's expected to take 200.
How is that good? No thanks. We're dumping it in the river. Ew. Bankruptcy, the same thing as getting an eviction notice. You just leave everything and hope the place burns down. I'm thinking they wanted it to burn down a while ago. That has to smell like ass. Yes, let's pollute our groundwater with rotten fish. That's what they're doing. They're doing it. Well, they're going to vacuum seal the bags. So, you know, if it's vacuum sealed and the air can't get at it, how could it go bad? Doesn't the Japanese use fermented fish and sauce? I don't know. I've never been to Japan.
Truckloads to remove it all. Officials say the cleanup could stretch on until October. Layla Baudouin, CBC News, St. Mary's, Newfoundland.
What is that lady's particular problem? Because she had this weird cadence of like, and the fish sauce could take quite a while. It's fucking weird. Burn it to the ground, salt the earth so nothing will live there again. Set it on fire. I don't know if you want to set that on fire. Do you want, it's already bad enough. It's like disgusting rotting fish sauce. Do you want it to be boiling too? Do you want it to be boiling? Again, I think you're going to make it worse before it gets better. Before it gets better, you're going to make it way worse. News anchor accent. Maybe it was news anchor accent. Maybe the Koreans is right. Maybe the Koreans. Wow. So we're going to wrap it in heavy plastic and bury it. Nothing can go wrong with that, says Digger. Right? It's already been fermenting for decades. So what's to say it would keep fermenting? Just let it keep fermenting. In a bag underground. It's, you know what's going to happen, Digger? That other town they moved it into, in a couple of years, that bag is going to rupture and that smell is going to come seeping out through the ground. Or even worse, it's going to explode outward, and there's going to be an explosion and a lot of dirt and stuff moved around, and then boom, just just rotten fish smell. Oh, it was her news anchor accent mixed with her Newfie accent. Pretty polished, in my humble opinion, says Digger. I guess you would know. It's that 60 Minutes news cadence, says Wild Saffron. You're not wrong. Burning down the sauce. I don't want to burn down the sauce. Don't burn down the sauce. That'll be horrible. That stuff sounds like it'll smell like ass. Oh. So gross. So gross. Oh my God, that is disgusting. What kind of retarded... What? Rusty grammar now. I just think you're saying things to be mean. What do you want about reading a history book for? What does that have to do with this situation here that we're talking about? Honestly, I have no idea. That lady sounded like AI. She kind of did, St. Caesar. Fish is good fertilizer. Not that stuff. Not that stuff, Mr. Q. That stuff is rotten fish sauce for decades old. You tell me you want to put that in a field? I don't, you know what? As someone who eats stuff that comes out of those fields, I'd prefer not, personally. I'd prefer not. When the zombie apocalypse starts, there will be people that will tell them, I told you so, when they duped it there. Oh, you mean when they dumped it there? Granted, it's all one, it doesn't really matter. It's all one party. But, bro, the Dems they haven't been holding my people down at all. I have no idea what you're talking about. Most folks nowadays think that the Republicans who were for slavery. Oh, yeah. The awesome fallacy that never really gets corrected enough. The belief that the Republicans were the slave owners. The problem is all of the southern states are Republican now, and they used to be Democrat. It's like they learned and then they swapped. And the other ones upstate, they did too. All right, so we have a bear wandering into a northern Colorado home. In our ongoing coverage of bears in our world,
we know the drought's also been pushing bears
Whoa.
further out of their homes and into ours.
Holy
CPW
shit.
says the lack of water limits
Stop,
the growth of...
Stop. You're playing it from two sources. That's weird. And it's freaking me out. Zombie fish, never thought of that one. Wow. I mean, if it's been fermenting this long, it's just become its own biome. Because fermentation is when bacteria gets to stuff. And so it's been at it this whole time. Yeah, I'm sorry. Something's going to happen there. Something is going to happen there. It's going to mutate into something. It's weird, and the fact that Abe Lincoln was heralded as a black savior is crazy too. Well, because he was kind of at the forefront of it. Like, they kept kind of roping him into it. But you know what? I don't know that I'm in the mindset for a healthy dose of a history lesson. I've got 15 minutes left. We've got a video of a bear breaking into someone's house and eating their cat's food, which I find hilarious. It'd be even funnier if someone makes an AI video of the cat getting revenge on the bear. But we'll see. Abe was the first rhino. Did not know that. Does anybody want to know about the history of the country? Liberia. What? I don't know what you mean, Mr. Q.
Further out of their homes and into ours. CPW says the lack of water limits the growth of some typical bear foods like chokeberries and acorns. And so bears, like this one, seen in Arvada last month, have been trying to find food in our backyards. This one, though, was not successful because the homeowner secured their trash. Now we're hearing about another close encounter with a bear.
9 News Northern Colorado reporter Amanda Gilbert joining us here again. So, Amanda, we know you spoke to a woman from Loveland who says a bear wandered right into her home.
Oh, she went into the house?
That's right. Lynn Feldman lives not far from...
Dear Lord. You know what? Congratulations for having
where
a
I'm
job.
standing here in Loveland. And
I'm
she's
not
got
gonna-
a great view of a pond in her backyard, so she's used to wildlife.
This was still a shock, though. So she left her back screen door slightly cracked open for her cat. She says not long after that, she looked down the hallway and saw the backside of a bear entering her living room. She ran into another room, locked the door, and called 911. Now, she didn't get any photos of the bear in her home, no surprise there, but some neighbors captured video of what they think is the same animal. And Lynn says she actually was not that scared.
I wasn't fearful of my life, but I was uncomfortable.
I didn't realize. I thought you had food like out for a cat, like outside. You put the food. The bear came in the house and ate the cat food from inside the house.
With the bear? Yes, I was uncomfortable with the bear in my house. And like I've been around bears. I've seen them in campgrounds. I've got photos of them, but I've always been at least 50 feet away. So in this case, I was 3 feet away.
Oh, but you love bears. Look, you got a picture.
So Loveland police responded, but they say the animal left on its own. And officers say a nearby security camera did record the guest leaving the property. And Lynn says the bear actually didn't break anything, just kind of scattered some stuff around and ate the cat food. Colorado Parks and Wildlife says, again, this is just a reminder that bear activity is up. So just
ate the cat food. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if the cat fought for the food. Would have thought bear should have eaten the cats, maybe her too. Aw, why, man? Why? All right. Anyways, dang pink dress lady has amazing hair. Was that a pink dress? I don't know if you're talking about this, or was there an earlier lady in a pink dress? Was it the news story one where we had the... Oh, that pink dress lady. Yeah, hair's not bad. It would make a good coat. What, the hair or... Yeah, the beginning clip. Yeah, I know, the beginning clip. You're talking about this lady. I understand what you're talking about. It'd make a good coat. The bear or the pink dress lady's hair? Because I feel like she probably wants to keep her hair. She probably wants to keep her hair. Why do you want the bear to... Again, why do you want the bear to eat the lady and the cats? It's just mean-spirited, man. Mean-spirited. Alrighty. We have this one too, I guess. What do we want to get to that one? Or the raccoon jar rescue. We've got a couple of different things left. We got 16 minutes left in the program here. So we're just kind of figuring out what we're going to do for the ends of this. Oh, God, that's right. We have the rubber duck splash thing for the Special Olympics. We'll get to this one first. And then a funny news story to do a ribbon read on, and then we'll see where we go from there. Bam. Pause. And here we go. Again, this duck derby is to raise money for the Special Olympics. I feel like it's mostly just kind of a lot of work to make sure we don't pollute the river in Chicago. How does this, do the different special ed people get to name the ducks? Plus, if this is a rubber ducky derby, where are they going? Don't they have to go somewhere? Do we start them on fire? Is there an obstacle course? Where's the finish line? How far do the ducks have to draw? Like, how far do they have to float? Both, says Ashley Casey. Oh, both. Rubber ducky, you're the one. I mean, there's thousands of them. Which one? You make bath time oh so fun. Like, dude, you look like you could run on them. So we litter the river with rubber ducks. Well, I'm guessing this barrier here is part of a net to catch all the ducks. Yeah, see, they corral the ducks. But it's a lot of stupid work to do, again, what? I have no idea. The rubber duck derby. I like how Oh, so it's the duck at the front. They're numbered or something? So Oh my God, so they are all special ed people. Never mind, I'm all for this. I'm all for this. If, like, all the special ed kids get their own duck and the ducks get put in the water and they race, never mind, this is awesome. This is cool. She won. No, man, that's actually cool. If, like, actual special ed kids get to be named on the ducks and they're doing the whole thing with the ducks, then I'm all for it. Where's the starting line? The starting line, I believe, is when where is it? Go back. I wish I could. Oh, I can. Close. Get rid of you. I don't care about any of that. This is the starting line. When they dumped them out of the trailer, and I'm guessing they're planning on them going with the current, so they've got barriers on both sides. The ducks start floating out that way, but then slowly start going back this way. They all start floating downriver, and we funnel them in a tighter and tighter corridor. So over time, the barrier gets tighter and tighter. Fewer and fewer ducks to make it to the finish line. So yeah, no, I'm all for it. It's not only that, Johnny. Each person buys a duck to give a kid. So it's a fundraiser. Well, I kind of figured it was a fundraiser. Oh, yay, the nasty Chicago River. Well, they're rubber ducks riding Dirty Llama. They're not real ducks. She only put her hand in it. So, plus, didn't they do stuff to clean up the Chicago River? Or is it still dirty as fuck? Alan, sounds like Johnny wants. I totally want a duck. They built in its natural habitat, so they're fair game to be eaten. The rubber ducks? I don't think you want to eat the rubber ducks. That's hard times. Oh, shit. I was way behind in chat. My bad. All right. That would explain why you were saying stuff where I was like, whoa. Where did that go? But did she keep that hand? Oh. Yeah, it probably melted off later. Oh, dear Lord. It's the 420 thing. Happy 420. My ducks would smoke these rubber ducks. Rubber jobber ducks. I mean, yours are real ducks, though, Rusty. They don't even have feet, all right? They get dumped in the water. It's a plastic duck. Do you really want to go that hard in the paint to crush some poor tarded kid's hopes and dreams? That little girl that won this thing, fucking top of the world for her, all right? This is her fucking day. Her duck won the Derby. Now, forget the fact that every other kid who didn't win is fucking devastated, but she's super duper happy. Her duck won the Derby. Was Phil Simone saying nobody wants to eat a duck? Well, Rusty Grammer was saying something about it. Who was saying eat the ducks? Alan saying eat the ducks? Oh, the cats and woman. Oh. They built in its natural habitat. Oh, he's talking about the cats and the women. I was confused. Dear Lord, throwing me way off. I'm having a day. What are you going to do? So all these ducks are jobbers compared to Rusty's. Did she win any money? Ooh, that's an excellent question. I don't think they said. Let's go back. I don't think they specified. Yeah, I don't. Doesn't look like they really said. She got like a medal and her duck. The winning duck. I don't know. She's having a great time.
Hey, ducks, go into the water.
And now they're just scooping up all of the ducks. Dear Lord. Just shit tons of ducks. Bill, there's an actual duck that runs a bunch of marathons all over the United States, but mainly in New York. Like street marathons? Like a real duck? Ashley Casey, all those loser ducks. Just a boatload of loser ducks. Loser ducks by the bucketful. I'd love to see somebody that bet on this and it's just like his duck didn't win, so he's on top here. Just, loser ducks, I put my life savings in that. I put my faith in you, and you let me down. You had one job. Fucking loser ducks. She won a duck dinner. I would hope not. That'd probably crush her. Her duck won. She's super happy. Now you're going to serve her like duck à l'orange. It's not okay. Yeah, the owner of the duck enters the let's say the Boston Marathon, and he'll run it, and the duck will be besides him the entire time. Weird. So I guess it's not really different than running with your dog. Although that would be a nightmare is you get the guy running with his duck and then there's somebody else who's doing the marathon with their dog. And then the dog tries to eat the duck. And now you got this huge problem. A marathon turned into a street fight because someone brought a dog, someone brought a duck, and the two can't work together. Be a horrible time, but it'd be fucking hilarious to watch. You were the chosen one. You were meant to destroy the Sith duck, not join them. Well, at this point, they are Order 66ing all of these ducks. All of these ducks are going into the shredder. Regarding my previous message, it might not be worth the hassle, but I think I'm its mom, so it would probably be chirping loudly looking for me, even though its mom is literally somewhere in my yard. I have 4 day-old ducklings I'd love to give Johnny and his daughter, but it's a lot of work in the winter. Maybe could let them have it for a week or so. He knows how to contact me. Well, here's the only problem with that. We don't have the space to house a duck around here. That is a very lovely offer. My daughter would lose her shit holding a little chickie, like a little chick. One of her favorite things to watch on YouTube is this show called Chickie. So yeah, she would have a blast, but her mom would hate it. We don't have a place for it, so it's not really going to be a thing. And yeah, won a dinner at the Chinese restaurant, got a free Peking duck dinner. No, that can't be the prize. Now she's going to feel like, I don't know, I guess she seemed kind of downsy. How well will she register this? She'll probably feel like it's going to be a horrible thing. And that somebody's going to, every time she wins something, a poor duck, she's going to feel like she killed the duck because she won. We don't need that. The poor kid doesn't need that strife in her life. Do we have any actual information on what happens? So that was 90,000. That was a deluge of 90,000 rubber ducks poured in out of the truck into the Chicago River. They dumped the ducks from one side of a half-raised bridge. They floated down for 15 minutes before a winner and runner-up were plucked from the water. The annual event is a fundraiser for the Special Olympics in Illinois. It draws thousands of participants. At an accompanying festival, participants snap pictures with inflatable ducks and doodle on a chalkboard under the prompt, "I adopt a duck because." Some sport rubber duck printed t-shirts. Becky Kavanaugh, the Duck Derby ambassador and 13-year-old Special Olympics athlete, held up the winning duck to the cheers of the crowds packed on both. Oh, so it wasn't her duck. Kavanaugh said her favorite part about the Special Olympics was making new friends, and asked before the race how she felt about picking the winning duck. She cheered woo. Yep. Okay. So she was just a member of the Special Olympics. She didn't even win anything. There's just, they do the duck run and they tell you which duck. The sponsor of the fastest duck wins an SUV. Oh. The runner-up wins $2,500 cash. So there's real people who won stuff out of this. Costs $10 to sponsor a lone duck, which will feed an athlete lunch at the competition, or $30 for a quack pack of 6 ducks, which supplies gold medals for a team. The competition has raised more than $480,000. Yeah, dude. Never mind. I'd throw a quack pack at that. Dang, 90,000. That's a lot of ducks. Duck lives matter. I'd totally do it. I'd totally do it, man. I'd totally do it. I mean, you're not going to win anything, sure, but like, fuck it. It'd be fun. It helps the kids. It's a fun little thing. And then on the off chance you win an SUV or like fucking $2,000. Woo, all right, yeah. Really regret doing my charity work now. She won just by being there, says Alan. Well, she won because she's the master of duck ceremony. She got to sport the winning duck. You know what I mean? Whoever sponsored that duck is going home with a brand new SUV, but she's feeling like the real winner. She held the duck. So all the sponsors of Johnny's show should get a quack pack. If we do a duck derby thing, sure. Sounds. You know what? Works for me. We have whatever our goal is for tomorrow. It's 35 and falling. So for next Tuesday. So thank you for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if Digger will be with us tomorrow. I think she will be back next week. I don't know. We'll talk to her about that. But either way, we'll be back tomorrow and Friday. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a fun time. I hope you had fun as well. We'll catch you later. Take it easy. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.
Hey, did you hear about that brand new thing? Hey. Everyone is already complaining. Hop in the chat. Hey. Give us a shout. Wait